Danielle asked me if I was high. She's one of the people I work with. She asked me if I was high.
Were you?
No. But I was really tired. And you know how Crystal looks high whenever she's tired?
Mm-hmm.
I think I look the same way. To a certain extent.
I think everybody looks high when they're tired. Because
I
their
would
eyes
agree.
get squinty and they're hard to keep open.
I think she asked me, though, because I was being hyper, but I looked tired. Yeah.
So you were hyper.
Yeah.
Hyper. Anyway.
I don't know how that equates to high though. Like if you're
It's
hyper,
just
like you're not.
high.
Yeah, but if you're hyper, or if
It's
you're
just-
high
it's
though,
a
you're
joke
not.
because it has the word
I know,
high
but if
in
she
it.
was hyper, why would somebody ask you if you're high? Are they high?
Maybe.
Because that's not
She
how it
looks
works when
like
you're
she
high.
gets baked.
Yeah, that's just not how it works. At least not for me. I mean, I've never been high before in my life.
Welcome back. We are the Bonsai Movie Crew. We are currently down one man. Eric is not here. He's at his... Are you saluting him?
You said down one man. So.
Not. I mean, yeah, okay. All right. He's currently at his daughter's softball practice. It's his daughter, the older one or the younger one?
The older one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Allie.
Allie. And how old is she?
Oh, God.
Oh, come on, Karen. You're
14.
a terrible aunt.
I am.
14?
I can't keep the ages
She
straight.
probably is about
older.
14,
Like,
13.
no,
13,
10.
10?
Oh.
That girl's not 10. She's 11. She's in
No, she's
Gavin's
11.
grade.
Yeah, she's 11.
She's in Gavin's grade.
She's a year older than Jack.
She knows Gavin.
Yeah, she's 11.
Yeah. All right. So
Jack's 12? I
No.
thought he was 11.
No, she's a year older than Jack.
Jack's 10.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Don't even. You just called her
I just
14.
can't keep all of their ages.
But then I remember
straight.
that her and Gavin are in the same grade together.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so with him down, we'll be all right. Right?
We've done it with
I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
We just have to do all the bumps now. Anyway, hold on, Karen.
Groovy.
All right. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, don't forget to check out our social stuff, our X, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and then don't forget to jump into our Discord with us and have some chitty chat with us.
Yeah.
It's mostly just me, Karen, Eric, and Alec bullshitting, like about movies and all that stuff. You know what I haven't done lately though? I haven't posted any more of the podcast videos because I forgot all about it.
Oh yeah.
That I was posting them in there for everybody. But I don't even think we even have that in the Discord anymore. I'm thinking for some reason I went into our Discord and a lot of that stuff is missing.
Really?
Yeah, like, I don't know why. Hold on. Yeah, it's not even in there.
Oh.
Or wait, yeah, it is. Okay. The tab just wasn't down.
Oh.
So, never mind that. I need to do that. Anyway. So do that. Check out our Discord, all that good stuff. Let's move on. Let's just keep on rolling with it. Rolling with the, yeah, whatever.
Oh my god.
long-
That jury duty's really
It's been a
messing with your
long
head,
day.
isn't it?
You have no idea how, like, you're just like, you know what I mean? Like, you just sit there and you're listening to people, but, like, at the same time, you're kind of like,
You zone out.
that dude's pretty bald.
I don't know how you can pay attention.
I do. I try. It's hard, but it's not as boring as I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't too bad.
I don't think jury duty is something that you should just get picked for.
Well, it's not. So I think you have to either be a registered voter.
No, I don't think that.
Are
I don't
you?
think that even registering to vote should be criteria enough.
Well, they don't. So they bring in 35 people. And then they narrow it down to 12. Well, 13 technically.
Yeah, no, I
because-
get that. I still don't think. I think that you should have to take a test. I think that there should be like. I think you should have to go to school to be.
I do look around, like looking at all these people, like, I wonder
Because
how
if
many
I'm
of
on
these
trial
people...
for my life,
No, because if you have to go to school for it, they got to pay you.
I know,
They're
but
making $11 a day. It's not.
I know, but I'm saying it's bullshit that I could be on trial for my life, and my life is literally in 12 people's hands. Who literally that guy could be some asshole nose picker who can't even drive a
He could
car.
be in that. He could be that guy.
He's
in that
just
video.
registered to vote.
He could be in. He could be that guy in that video that Alex sent us yesterday.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my god.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what they're talking about, then go to the Discord.
No,
No, it's not in Discord.
Oh.
It could not be
It
in
was
Discord.
inappropriate for Discord.
Way more. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
My life is in that asshole's hands. I think that jury duty is ridiculous for it to be that easy to be a juror.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm not saying you're.
Have you ever seen 12?
you know-
12? Oh,
I love 12 Angry Men.
That's a good
I think
movie.
it's a great movie. I'm just saying that people of that caliber are pretty far in between, especially nowadays. So I'm just saying
You're
that
right. I'm looking around the room at all these other jurors. I'm like, I wonder how many of these people put fingers up their own butts
yeah.
or
I'm not
Or
saying
fantasize about like murdering children.
I'm not saying
You know what I
I'm.
mean? Like-
I'm not even saying that I should have somebody's life in my hands. I'm saying that
Oh, you can put your life in my hand. I got you.
I don't want that kind of responsibility. I don't want to be a juror, and I don't think that just any random
scared for
asshole
the
on the
chick
street should be
that
allowed to be one
got
either.
him.
It is what it is, man. They picked me. I'm there.
Yeah.
Guilty as charged.
Karen.
Oh yeah, anybody's guilty in my. I get picked as your juror. I'm sorry, you're guilty.
It's well, you look at
kidding.
you look at people and you look at the situation and you're like, technically you did break the fucking law.
Yeah.
Like there's no other way to swing it. Like, did you or didn't you? Well, you did. Regardless of how lightly you broke it, you broke it. Like the guy even said, he goes, if it's 35 miles an hour and the guy gets pulled over for doing 39, was he technically speeding?
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
No, because you're the one that told me going over 5 is okay.
it is. But if I get pulled over, if a cop wants to be a
If
dick,
a cop wants to be a jerk, he can still get.
he
you
can
for
pull me
speeding.
over and get me for speeding.
He's having a bad day.
Now, will they?
But would
No.
you want to be found guilty?
No, and that's
But
why
if
I
you
want to
were-
know the context in which it was
That's why there's a lot. That's why you usually have like many, like they'll say not guilty by reason of, or not guilty because of. They know they did it, or like they have Alfred pleas, where like they'll come in and they'll say I didn't do it, but you've got enough evidence to say I did.
See, and I'm doing one right now where the girl is being charged for 3 different things, but they're all like,
She threw something at the top.
shh, no, don't talk to me. You're not even allowed to talk about
Oh, my bad.
But, like-
no, she didn't.
it. But like it's they're all
You
very
should have
like.
said that to me like 4 hours ago.
Oh my god,
He didn't say it at all.
I didn't, but I didn't think he'd just blurt it out either. But anyway,
Interesting.
it is interesting. It's interesting while you're there, but it's boring as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's one of those situations where you're like, so we have to find 3 different guilty or not guilty
Yeah.
charges, and it's
Yeah.
just
Each charge is its own.
for me, they're like all 3 guilty. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm like, you did
Easy.
it. Guilty.
You did it.
You did it. Guilty. Anyway, that was my day. I get to go back tomorrow. It's great. I love
whoop.
it.
Anyways,
Anyway,
now that he's explained everything to us, Karen, can you guess who we're doing this week?
hold on. Oh yeah. Hey Madison, let's get into our creator profile.
I already said that, and then you started talking about jury.
I said it right now. Shit. Who's doing
Rebel.
Me.
Who's doing the? Oh,
Me.
did you write them down?
I'm gonna send them to you.
Okay, whatever.
She said that at the beginning. She was going to do it.
Okay.
Rebel?
Good? Well, no.
Huh. Mm,
Really, Rebel Wilson? That's what you
Yeah.
thought?
yeah. I like Rebel.
Try again.
Did we do Anna Kendrick? We
No.
already did Anna Kendrick, didn't we?
No, we didn't.
Well, then her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we
Yeah.
already did Anna Kendrick.
No, we didn't do Anna Kendrick yet. Nope, not yet. That's who we're doing today. Because we already did Elizabeth
Right.
Banks. And we just
Anna.
did,
Anna.
Anna.
And
And we just did
Don't make fun of me.
Haley Steinfeld, and that's really all I
We
really.
did? What
Yeah,
did we do her for?
Oh, that's right, because we did Elizabeth Banks for the first one.
yeah,
Wait,
and
what did we do?
we did Haley Steinfeld for what movie was it that we just watched?
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
What was it?
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse, yeah.
All right. Who is Anna Kendrick? Anna Kendrick is an American actress.
She was in the movie. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Duh.
Oh.
Pay attention.
Tony nomination for her work in the Broadway musical Highway Society in 1998. After debuting on the silver screen in 2003's Camp, she found her way into the limelight via the 2008 teen blockbuster Twilight. She was in Twilight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What'd she play as in that?
The friend.
I haven't even seen it, and I know that.
The friend.
Oh, Anna Kendrick. My mindset was on Haley Steinfeld for whatever reason. I do know who she is in Twilight, and she was hilarious. She was like the funniest part.
She
of
probably
the whole
was
thing.
the only good part about Twilight.
Yeah.
She's pretty much the best part about any movie she's in, really. Usually she is.
I could agree with that.
All right. Before emerging as the star of another franchise with the debut Pitch Perfect in 2012, known mainly for her comedic roles, Kendrick has also starred in the films Up in the Air, Into the Woods. I remember her in Into the Woods. I love that movie for whatever reason. I think it's hilarious too. And A Simple Favor. Early life. Anna Cook Kendrick was born on August 9th, 1985 in Portland, Maine. A promising young actress, she began her professional career before her teen years, nabbing a leading role in the 1998 Broadway revival of High Society that led to Tony and Drama Desk Award nominations. Film and career. Camp and Rocket Science. Kendrick made her film debut in 2003's Camp, which follows the misadventures of a songwriter who works at a summer musical theater program for young people. In 2007's independent coming-of-age comedy Rock Science, the actress played a popular girl and a skilled debater who lures a boy with a stutter to join the debate team. She also had a chance to showcase her vocal talents on television with an appearance on Viva Laughlin, a musical drama that only lasted a few episodes. Twilight franchise. With a supporting role in Twilight 2008, Kendrick became part of the international sensation surrounding the big screen adaptation of Stephenie Meyer's teenage vampire novels. She played the friend of Bella, Kristen Stewart, and a girl who falls for a vampire named Edward, Robert Pattinson. Reprising her role, Kendrick appeared in the sequels New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn Part 1. She was not in Part 2 for anyone that wanted to know.
Don't care.
I do. I used to be obsessed with those movies.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of them.
But I also grew up watching them a lot. Like, Mom always had them on
think
TV.
I should watch them, though, because there's this guy that, like, plays clips of them, but then, like, talks about them as the clips are playing, and that is hilarious to me.
I've watched the first time I watched the first one, because I've probably only seen it like once or twice, unfortunately.
I think you said you watched them with Chelsea and...
Yeah, Chelsea and Andy
Yeah.
the first time.
Yeah.
Because Chelsea had to make us watch it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck it, let's watch it. And as soon as Edward came out, sparkling, dude, I lost my mind.
So did
I was laughing my ass off. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Before the movies even came out, somebody was describing the books to me, and when they told me that the vampires sparkled in the sunlight, I was like, that sounds so fucking gay. And, like, I don't even remember who it was.
Not even in a sucks dick way.
Not even in the good way.
In the bad gay way.
In the bad, yeah, like, yeah, they really, like, you know, I was like, that sounds so stupid. Like, that sound, I said, I'm sorry that you like it, but that sounds incredibly stupid. And no, I'm not interested at all.
Right.
I'm not interested in reading the books. And then when the movies came out, it was like, I'm less interested in seeing the movies.
I think I saw the second one. How many are there? 3 plus, or
4 of them.
4. I think I watched the second one. I don't know that I even watched
There might
the
be 5
last
of them,
2.
actually. There's 5 of them.
Maybe I watched the first 3. I don't think I watched the last 2.
And then the 2 parts.
The guy that talks about it, the one clip that I saw that had me dying was a guy. They're at like a party or something, and Bella gets cut.
Oh
and
god, that's
the-
the second one. That's the beginning of the second one.
Yeah,
It's
and
so
the
funny.
one vampire like starts to freak out. So then
He's a
like
new vampire.
yeah, so then like
Jasper,
Edward
I
goes
think.
to like save her or something, but by saving her, he picks her up and like throws her into a wall, and it's like.
And then she starts bleeding more.
It's like, okay, let me save you by breaking every bone in your body.
It's so dumb.
What the fuck?
It is so like the baseball scene. The part where they're playing they can only play baseball when it's thundering out. Like what? What?
That's totally a book trope. I can see that being
Like
a book
they can only
trope.
play baseball when it's thundering and storming out because they hit the ball so hard that it sounds like thunder. And I'm like, no. And then they're playing that Muse song to the background, and they're all dressed up with their fancy, fucking baseball outfits. Like it was so fucking stupid.
The more I learn, the less I want to watch.
Yeah,
these
it was
fucking
dumb.
movies.
It was bad. I don't know which one it was.
even
in.
for like entertainment sake, the less I want to watch these movies, just because.
I think that one day those movies will become more of a joke than they already are. Like
They
I think
already
one day
are more of a joke
they're gonna
than
be
they-
on that level of like, did they actually mean to make this movie like this?
At what point in time did anybody find this stuff serious?
Right.
Like,
Whenever it first came out.
but like, there are people that like were so obsessed and like loved it so much, and like if
My
you
mom.
said anything bad about it, they like would cry.
Oh
My
yeah,
mom.
they get so defensive.
My mom.
Chelsea,
And like you'd sit there and it's like, are you?
they're terrible.
You can't be serious.
And any dude, whoever came up to me and said, "Dude, you got to watch Twilight," I would have punched him in the dick. You don't deserve to have that penis.
I will flick
Yeah.
you in the nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything there. Shall we test it?
I will punch you in the dick. That's like saying, I love The Notebook. It's one of my favorites. Fuck you.
Is that a romance?
I've never seen
Yes.
The Notebook either.
I've seen it
No,
one
no,
time, and I was forced into watching that one too with Quentin and his girlfriend. Like, dude, just watch the movie. Don't be such a queer. Like, dude, you're the queer that wants to watch the movie. What are you talking about? So I watched it with him. I was like, this is fucking stupid. It's the only Ryan
Who's a queer
Gosling,
now?
the only Ryan Gosling movie that I will sit back and say that movie was dumb as fuck, and I'm sorry for Ryan Gosling.
Only thing I know about it is like I've heard people say that like if he were unattractive, then he would be in jail.
Yeah. He fell in love with her and then obsessed over her for so many years and waited on her.
That is literally like in most movies, the only difference between a happy ending
Mhm.
and a realistic ending
how
is
attractive they are.
is the guy attractive or not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Anyway,
Sorry.
Up in the Air. Graduating to more mature roles, Kendrick played Natalie, a young businesswoman in 2009's Up in the Air. The film follows a cross-country trek taken by Natalie and Ryan, a human resources professional who is hired by companies to fire unwanted employees. Ryan insists that his work requires face-to-face interaction, while Natalie insists that the job can be done via video conferencing over a computer. The two travel together so that Ryan can show Natalie the particulars of terminating employees for her work on the film. Kendrick nabbed an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress. Her co-star, Vera Farmiga, who plays Clooney's love interest, was also nominated in the same category. That movie sounds stupid.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
I've never
what
seen
was
it.
it called?
Up in the Air.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever
About
heard
people
of it.
going around and firing other people.
I think I've heard of it. I think I remember seeing a trailer for it, but
think it
I didn't have any
sounds
interest in
stupid.
it.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah. It sounds boring. Scott
Maybe.
Pilgrim versus the World and 50-50. Kendrick next appeared in 2010 fantasy comedy Scott Pilgrim versus the World with Michael Michael Cera, and the comedy drama 50-50 with Joseph Gordon-Levitt
Yeah.
Mhm.
and Seth Rogen.
Oh, yeah, I remember 50-50.
Yeah. During a busy 2012, she co-starred with Chase Crawford as a couple expecting their first child in the romantic comedy What to Expect When You're Expecting,
I
and
actually like
had
that
a
one.
supporting role
50-50
in
is
the
the one
thriller
where-
The Company You Keep, and with Shia LaBeouf or whatever, and
Shia
Robert
Shia LaBeouf.
Redford.
And 50-50 is the one where Joseph Gordon-Levitt fakes having cancer. It's got Seth Rogen in it.
I've never seen it, but I was familiar with
Yeah.
it. I did actually like What to Expect When You're Expecting.
Hmm.
I
I've
watched it
never
because
seen
it had Elizabeth Banks in it.
This is Pitch Perfect and the sequels. It doesn't say all of them like it does the other ones. In 2012, Kendrick enjoyed a surprise success with Pitch Perfect, the musical comedy. Had the actress starring as Becca Mitchell, a college freshman who leads the all-female a cappella group, the Barden Bellas, to the national championship, along with producing one of the biggest box office hits of her career. The film served as a showcase for Kendrick's voice. Her version of Cups, When I'm Gone, cracked the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100. Kendrick and several co-stars, including Rebel Wilson, Brittany Snow, and Anna Camp, returned for Pitch Perfect 2 and Pitch Perfect 3. I will say, I remember whenever that Cup song went viral, because it was a trend forever. It was like just on like YouTube and everything, like people doing the Cup song. You know, I can't do it with my fingers.
No, I don't know because
I don't remember
I was
it,
an
but
adult.
sure.
Well, it was a trend for the kids.
Yeah.
I still know how to do the Cup song. Actually, give me a cup.
No.
Okay.
We got yelled at, but she wants to do the Cup song.
What?
We got yelled at, but she wants to do the Cup song.
I
You
just
tried to
wanted
tell me about 50-50 and she started yelling.
Yeah.
I just wanted to finish my sentence. There was like 4 more words.
She wants to do the Cup song.
I'm making time for more important things, like the Cup song. And Karen's lovely trivia.
Just read the page.
To be fair, there's only like 5 or 6 pieces of trivia this week.
Yeah, I can
That's-
see why.
Yeah. I can see why.
Into the Woods. In 2014, Kendrick was prominently involved in another big screen musical, playing Cinderella alongside Chris Pine, Emily Blunt, Meryl Streep. Streep. It sounds like strip.
Hold on now. Don't be making fun of Meryl Streep. She's a Hollywood legend,
Sounds like
according to
strip.
everybody else.
Sounds
I
like
don't know. I
strip.
mean, I like her.
I do too. She's a good actress, but I think she's a little overhyped.
Strip.
She's got way too many fucking awards and accolades under her belt.
Meryl Streep
Oh, you do it that
strips in the.
Suck
on
enough
the-
dick.
Meryl
She's been
Streep
in it for
strip.
100 years.
And she was also really close to Harvey Weinstein.
Meryl Streep strips
I don't know
on the
about that.
stripes of the American flag.
Okay. You ain't got much more to go. Let's just get through it.
Okay.
Psycho.
And James Corden into the woods, you know. All right. That year she also appeared in the indie drama Cake with Jennifer Aniston and joined Ryan Reynolds for the horror comedy The Voices. Ryan Reynolds was in a horror movie.
That was really good, actually.
It's a very underrated horror
yeah, yeah. It's like horror
Put it
comedy.
in my notes actually because I love Ryan Reynolds.
It's actually a pretty creepy but
Yeah.
comedic.
movie. It is comedic at times.
Yeah.
I've seen it once.
Yeah.
Trolls a simple favor. I'm just gonna say this now. I loved Trolls so much whenever it came out. I watched it
I did like
all
Trolls.
the time.
Yeah, I did like Trolls.
We even bought it on like a DVD one time. Whenever me and Dad went to Walmart, he bought it for me, and I took it back to Mom's, and I watched it all the time on repeat on my DVD player.
I'm glad I can make you happy.
Like, well, my sister Ada, she got so annoyed with the movie, and like, I'd be like, "Does anyone want to watch Trolls?" And they're like, "Again?" I'm like, "I'm gonna go watch it in my room if anyone wants to come." And I'd put it on, and I'd sit up there, or I'd do something with it playing in the background.
And you just watched it by yourself.
I was like,
Nobody came.
I was like 11.
Nobody cares.
So, after starring opposite Sam Rockwell in the action comedy Mr. Right, the busy actress
That was
contributed
good too.
to a slew of films in 2016,
I like Sam
including
Rockwell though.
Mm-hmm. I'll watch anything with him in it.
Yeah.
including The Accountant, The Hollers, Get a Job, and the animated Trolls. The wedding comedy Table 19 failed to impress critics, but Kendrick enjoyed more success with her starring role opposite Black Lively.
Blake
Oh, yeah.
Lively.
Blake Lively.
Which ironically is Ryan Reynolds' wife. Or no,
Oh.
wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And Paul Feig.
Feige.
Oh, really?
Paul Feige.
Oh. And Paul Feige's 2018 comedy thriller A Simple Favor. The following year, she starred in the FBI satire? Sure. The Day Shall Come, before joining Bill Hader. I hate names. I do. I really
Bill
do.
You
Hader.
said it right.
You said it right.
I hate all names, though. They're so confusing.
I'll watch anything with Bill Hader, too.
Mm.
I love Bill Hader.
For the Christmas comedy Noel. Oh, I remember watching that, actually. Isn't that like a Disney movie?
I don't know. I don't think it's a Disney movie. But
It's got like the...
It's a Christmas movie.
I was going to say, it's got the deer in it and everything. Or
I
whatever.
don't know. Yeah, I think so.
Dummy and Love Life. In addition to revising the voice role of Poppy for Trolls World Tour, Kendrick explored the new projects with the introduction of 2 shows in 2020. In April, she began starring in the Quibi, comedy Dummy, based on the real-life relationship between TV producers Cody Heller and Dan Harmon. The following month, she helped launch HBO Max with the anthology series Love Life, which follows the twists and turns of her character's romantic escapades. Escapades.
Is that it?
No, one more. Social media, book, and personal life. It's really short for being personal life. Along with her impressive list of screen credits, Kendrick is known for her hilarious, candid comments on social media, garnering more than 7 million followers on Twitter. The actress showcased her humor and opened up about her childhood, her anxieties, and her struggles in Hollywood on her 2016 memoir, Scrappy Little Nobody. Kendrick has been in a relationship with British cinematographer Ben Richardson since 2014. Boom!
Lucky bastard.
I liked her inner thoughts monologue thing she used to do. That shit was funny.
Favorite Anna Kendrick movie?
Trolls.
Figured so.
Rapture Palooza.
Rapture Palooza. Have I seen that?
If you haven't, you should. Had Craig Robinson, he played the devil. Everybody gets raptured, but her boyfriend.
I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
it's fucking funny.
Mine's gonna be. It would be Scott Pilgrim, but I'm more looking for more for like a standout role for her because she didn't really have a lot to do in that movie. But I'm going Into the Woods. I really like that musical. And the movie's really. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I liked it for a lot of fucking reasons. Like there wasn't a happy ending. Like a lot of it was like the Cinderella story, like the sisters actually cut off their heels and shit like that. And got their eyes plucked out by birds and all that. It's really good. It's a good fucking musical. I just liked it. That, and it almost made me like James Corden, but then I realized he's still a douche. So, because like in the movie, he plays a really good character, and I enjoyed him in the movie, but then I'm like, yeah, I still don't fucking like
Charming
him.
or something?
No, that was Chris Pine. James Corden was the baker. Because the baker's wife was actually played by Emily Blunt, who was also gorgeous. Fucking gorgeous. But anyway, yeah, so that's Anna Kendrick. Let's move on. Moving right along. Moo.
What the hell have you been watching?
James Corden?
Yeah.
Baker?
Yeah.
Isn't he a
Anyway.
douche?
Huh?
So isn't he a douche?
Yeah, he's a massive douche. A lot of people don't like him.
The Late Night Show with James Corden.
Yeah, which nobody watches that I'm aware of. Anyway, let's move on. Let's
Like
get
two
into... Huh?
Like 2 people watch it, probably.
Yeah.
He's not in anything big anyways.
No. He was in the Cats movie. That was garbage too, apparently.
I'm not interested in watching a bunch of furries walk around on their fours,
Yeah.
all fours. So.
Oh, you don't want to watch Taylor Swift in there too?
She was in that movie?
Yeah.
No wonder nobody talks about it.
I'm sure that's the only reason why anybody talked about it.
I love the goat song.
Oh.
All right, let's get into what everybody's been watching this week. Let's start with Karen.
Next Friday.
Already? You couldn't wait?
No.
Wait, is that
Did we put that
is that
one
a
in
mark?
I
Wait,
don't
what's
know.
the
there?
next?
'Cause I don't remember if that was part of the slew
the-
of
I don't know if we did or not.
What's the next timestamp?
what everybody's
What
been
does it say?
watching.
Is it the highlighted
29.
ones?
Yeah, 29.
Okay.
Family Guy, Let's Go to Prison, 200 Cigarettes, Gone Girl, Gone Baby Gone, Saltburn, and The Stupids.
Okay. You watched Saltburn? That movie weird?
I liked it though.
Yeah.
Are the ones that are highlighted the only ones I gotta worry about?
Doesn't he jerk off on like the dude's grave or somebody's grave or something?
It's a little worse than that.
Like fucks it or something? Oh my god.
What movie?
Saltburn. I heard it was a pretty messed up movie.
It is a pretty messed up movie, but I liked it.
Actors can be ballsy sometimes. Like imagine.
I like that
being
actor.
Like, all right,
He's-
now go screw his grave.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Ever seen The Killing of Sacred Deer?
No, I haven't seen that, but he was in The Eternals, which he was one of the best parts of that, and he
Mhm.
was in he's supposed to be he played the Joker in the Batman movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're going to continue with that or what's going on.
Yeah.
I think they are. I think Matt Reeves is doing another Batman movie. But yeah, he's a good actor. I really like him. He's one of them actors he's gonna be winning awards.
I think the
along
reason
his
I like it
career.
is because of him, because he is so fucking chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's definitely an actor who's gonna win awards throughout his career. That's for sure.
It's one of those movies that kept you guessing up until a certain point, and then once you stopped guessing, you were like, all right, I know what's going on, but where are we going from here?
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Madison, what did you watch?
3 guesses.
Supernatural.
Yeah, I got to season 10 today.
So I needed one.
I got to season 10 today, and I love it, and I'm probably gonna rewatch it whenever I'm done. Just so you know, because I know you keep hating on it, and you've been hating on it since like season 7 or 8, but I still love it, and I'm still going strong.
You are going strong, being that far so fast.
I finished it.
Not that fast though.
No, not that fast, no. I did watch like the first 5 seasons.
Oh, the
pretty
first
quick.
5 seasons, me and Crystal ran through those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
I
But I
did
think
it.
that was-
Actually the first 5 seasons is the slowest.
Oh,
I
those
got
were the
through it.
best,
First
man.
3
I thought those
seasons.
were the
Monsters of the
best.
Week was my
Yeah,
favorite,
those were
and
the
then
best.
when you got to like the was it the Trickster episodes, I fucking love those too.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah, I like those.
I didn't like that they kept changing who the fuck he was throughout the series though.
Yeah.
First he's a trickster, then he's Loki, then he's
No, don't say anything else. All I know is that he's an angel.
yeah, that's all he is. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's just an angel.
he's just
but
an angel.
I don't know. I didn't. I hated that they stuck with angels and demons for so fucking long, and that was the main baddies and main goodies and just get back to
And the
fucking,
fact that they were changing people into what were supposed to be angels and demons, it's like
like
we said about the Loki thing. Like, why couldn't he just be Loki? Why does he got to be an angel or a demon?
why do we have to keep going? Like,
Stop
why is
hating
that?
on my
Why
show,
is
you
that all?
guys.
Why is that all it is? Why can't we get back to Monsters of the Week? Like, why
Yeah.
can't we? Like, why does it have to be a wrap? Like, they just had a wraparound story, and then they were fighting angels and demons all the time,
And I even
that was
sat
it.
back after they like really got away from the Monster of the Week thing, and I just kept thinking like, man, there are so many more monsters. That they
Yeah,
could
that's what I'm
tackle.
saying. Like, all they had, like, even if you have that wraparound story, that's fine. There was always a wraparound story. But why is it always just the wraparound story and then they're fighting monster or angels and demons all the time?
Mhm.
Like, can we still have a monster but yet have the wraparound story? Can we do that?
Like bring it in every once in a while, like they used to.
Mhm.
There used to be an overall story, but they would still do their Monster of the Week thing,
Mhm.
and then like you would just get small bits of story throughout the season
Until you got closer
Until
to
you
the
got
end,
to
and then
the-
they would
yeah,
wrap it up.
The last
you know?
couple of
Yep.
episodes was the main story.
Yep.
So.
See, that's why it was so hard to get through it for me because I really
See,
like
I
the
can't. I
story.
couldn't stand that fucking shit. Where it's just all about that wraparound story. It got boring.
I agree.
I like story.
I do too, but
Well, yeah, but like I mean,
but the Monster of the Week stuff it changed up each episode.
yeah, you were
Instead
always
of
meeting.
going through the same motions for each episode for the
Dude,
same
I did start
storyline.
laughing earlier because I feel like either Dean or Sam always dies at the end of like
Yeah.
a season, and it's
Yeah.
hilarious to me. I literally had to pause it.
And they always come
because-
back in the next season.
Yeah, I had to pause it because Dean got stabbed by Metatron or whatever.
I think that was
and
my
I started
favorite thing with the
busting
Trickster
out
episodes. That one where
laughing.
Dean died like every 5 seconds. in
Yeah.
that one.
Oh yeah, I remember
Oh, yeah.
that.
That one was
That
hilarious.
shit was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one episode where that one part in that episode where a piano fell on him.
Yeah, the piano
Yeah.
It's
fell on him.
fucking
Yeah.
retarded.
Yeah.
And he just kept dying.
And Sam kept trying to stop him from
He's like,
leaving.
Yeah.
And
"Listen."
the one time he finally did stop him, he's like, "No, you can't leave the room." And he's like, "All right, fine, I'm gonna go take a shower." And he falls in the shower and cracks his head wide open.
Yeah. And Sam's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like some ridiculous amount of days
of
too.
the moment. I just remember that
He,
was
he
the song
said
that
he
woke
said
him
he'd
up
been
every
in
day.
the loop for like what, a year or something?
Yeah.
It was something ridiculous.
Some-
Or
stupid.
he'd relived
It was
the,
like 400 and some days or something.
Yeah.
he'd relive the same day like 400 days.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, and then this happens. Boop. He's like, don't step there.
Yep. Yeah.
It's pretty
Oh
ridiculous.
God, I fucking...
Wasn't that the Tricksters doing?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the Trickster.
Yeah.
Those were part of the Tricksters episodes.
It was pretty funny though. Like the shit with like those episodes are the best
Mm-hmm.
episodes. The ones that are more playful and shit like,
whenever
that.
Dean's afraid of everything.
Yeah, oh my god,
That
that's one
was
of the
a good
best.
one.
Loves that.
That's one of the best.
He's like,
That was really
That
scary.
was scary. I
And
used to
then
have that as
was
a
the
text
guy-
tone. Like my phone would start screaming.
well, the guy's in the corner. He's just kind of staring at him. And then Sam's like, what are you looking at? He's like, oh. And then he turns back around and Dean's gone. He's just running away. It's great.
I love Dean. He's the best.
Yeah. He's like, watch out! It'll kill you! I'm like the tiniest dog you've ever
Yeah.
seen.
Dean's the best.
Or like the episode where he could talk to animals and he's just screaming at birds.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because the bird
Shut up!
because the bird was thinking about shitting on his car or
He's
something
like,
like
oh
that.
yeah, I'm brewing up a big one. You might want to move. He's like, you wouldn't dare.
And then the dog, but they had to take the dog around with him everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like trying to whip out his gun, and Sam's like, sorry.
He's gonna shoot the bird. Is that all you watched?
No, I watched The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and The Amazing Spider-Man.
Okay.
Still love those movies.
I didn't watch much this week. I
was
watched.
not done.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
But yeah. Oh, I also watched Deadpool 2.
What is it?
Deadpool 2. I've been watching a lot of Marvel
Also or
movies.
two?
Deadpool 2.
Okay, just checking. We went through that before.
I watched Deadpool 2. Is that it?
2 also. I just want to say that I love Deadpool, and I feel really bad for him and what happened to his wife, and I still don't understand how she came back, and I don't think I ever will. I also
Time travel.
Right. But I also want to say that I love Andrew Garfield in The Amazing Spider-Man. He's really funny, and I love Gwen, and I'm sad that she died too. Why does everybody have to die? I do not know.
It adds levity and
That is all.
stuff
Thank
to the
you.
movie. Anyway, I watched a few things. I didn't really watch that much this week. I've been watching The Fresh Prince still, just because we watch it during dinner. Because I can't watch anything else because nobody else is ever home to watch the things that they want me to watch this shit with. Like Resident Alien. I can't watch that without apparently Madison. Well, not so much Madison anymore, but Crystal especially. And then I was like, all right, well, maybe we can watch Vox Machina. No, because Crystal wants to watch that too. And then I'm like, well, we could watch... There's another show that I'm trying to get through, but then I got to watch it with, I think, Madison or something. I don't know.
No, I think shows with you.
I don't know. I watched a new episode of, I think I might have already said this, X-Men. There's only one. Yeah, I already did, because we did
watched
podcast
the
late
last
last week. No, there's one more. It comes out tomorrow. I'm happy.
But sad.
Although sad, yes, because it's so good. We watched, oh yeah, I didn't say this last week, but we watched that Cat Williams special. Garbage. It's on Netflix. It just came out. It's garbage.
Oh, you watched the Kevin Hart thing too?
It's not Kevin Hart. We watched the roast of Tom Brady. That shit was 3 hours long. But it was fucking funny. But it was like a bunch of drunk football players up on stage bashing on each other, plus comedians up there bashing. Dude, and that fucking what's her name? She's blonde, tall blonde stand-up comedian.
Oh, she real skinny.
Yeah. I can't remember her fucking name now.
I can see her
But
in my head.
dude, she got up there and just slayed. Like she got up
You
there.
did not.
Huh?
He said slave.
She did. She like got up there and she just ripped into Tom Brady and everybody. It was fucking hilarious,
That's great.
dude. And she's not that great of a comedian normally, but like she got up there and fucking tore it up. She was one of the
Is
best.
she young?
Not sort of. Why? What's she
Is
look
her
like?
name Taylor?
That's Taylor Momsen or whatever. No,
Tomlinson?
Tomlinson. No, it's not her. It's somebody else. She's got Netflix specials too. The girl does. I can't remember her fucking name. I know what you say it. I'm like, yeah, that's her.
Nikki Glazier?
Yeah, Nikki Glacier. That's her name.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she's but she got out there. She was pretty good.
She does best when she does like audience interactions. That's what I see
Same with Matt Rife.
Yeah, like when
Yeah,
she does
Matt
the
Rife.
audience interactions, she's hilarious.
And then there was another dude that was there, and he's got a podcast and he does a bunch of TikTok stuff and everything. But he does like, he's got a podcast or a show or whatever that he does where he brings in amateur comedians and they like do their like minute or two of stand up, and it's fucking hilarious. The dude's pretty funny, but dude, he got up there and destroyed some people too. I heard that because what he said to Kim Kardashian. Apparently
an easy
she
target.
like went home and like was bawling about it and everything and
I
made a
think
big
she'd be
deal
used
about
to
it. Like, oh, you can't say that about me. You know what I mean? One of those things. He's pretty much said, I can't believe you're here. Not because you're here, but because you left your kids at home with their dad. And shit, like, he just was bashing on her hard. And it wasn't even that big of a deal. It's like, dude, he said way worse things to other people. But it was whatever. I didn't care. It
I'm
was
sure
fucking
he was
hilarious.
even like, whenever he was brewing everything up in his mind, he was like, can't say anything that bad to Kim. She'll make a big deal about
Gives
it.
a fuck. I'd bash the fuck out of that bitch.
She's an easy target.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
she is. She's a stupid asshole. But
You can't take the heat. You probably shouldn't be famous.
that's fucking right. And she's only famous because of what? She's never
Got a big booty.
She's
done
famous
anything.
for being famous.
pretty much, yeah. Her daddy was the guy who fucking got O.J. Simpson kept him out of jail.
Hmm
That's pretty much about it.
Her mom worked very hard to get them famous.
Oh yeah. Well, let's give them their own show.
Yep.
Anyway,
Keeping up with the Kardashians.
the roast is really funny. There's a lot
Well,
of
let's
like,
say her mom
especially-
probably slept with a lot of people to
Oh,
get
yeah,
them
for sure.
famous.
So the it's a little long, but like,
Including
especially
a
if
woman.
you're into football
Well, now a woman.
and you like Tom Brady, because they go into like, they bash the fuck out of him about how he's got like 7 fucking Super Bowl rings and his 8th ring, which is like his divorce ring. Because I don't know, they bash on him a lot about his ex-wife and stuff. But it's pretty funny. We watched 2.5 hours of it, and then we had to watch the other half hour the next day because I was like, I'm tired. I need to go to bed. And then we watched that new Ghostbusters movie.
Without us.
We watched it up in our room. Yeah, that was a long movie. It was like 2 hours, man. It was
It was
long.
long.
And it was okay. It wasn't great.
I think that a lot of people had a problem with it just because it didn't have the same feel as other
It
Ghostbuster
wasn't
movies.
that so much. It was like, it felt slapped together. It felt sloppy.
Strained.
Not strained. It was like, there were things in the movie that were in there for the sake of being in there. There was no rhyme or reason for it. Like, oh, this is funny. Well, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really fit the tone or fit the narrative. Put it in there anyway. That's what it felt like.
Like it was
I don't know, just like
impatient.
certain things like that didn't make any fucking sense to me.
Like the writing was impatient.
that, and there was a lot of plot holes.
Like,
Well, like Slimer. Why the fuck is Slimer there still? Why are they living in the firehouse with a ghost in the attic? And there's just a lot of things to the movie that I was like, why? I don't understand.
because it's bridging.
Huh?
It's bridging.
Sure, I guess. I'm not going to defend the movie, but I will say it's not terrible. It's not as bad as everybody made it out to be. Like, it was a bomb or whatever. But
I think they're the only ones that are doing it right as far as like trying.
yeah,
to bring
it's still
franchises
better
together.
than that fucking all-female remake. Or
Well,
whatever.
not just that. I mean, as far as like trying to take old franchises to new franchises, they're the only ones that are doing it right.
I just think that with this specifically, this movie, they did it right with the last one. Like
The last one was amazing.
It was good because it was something new and fresh, and it was telling the story. But then
the only thing that
it felt like the second one, like, well, we need to shoehorn in the old cast a little more.
No, I
give them
think
more. You know,
I think
and I didn't like that.
I think that what they, this is just my opinion. The one problem that I had with the last movie, and I'll say it until I'm blue in the face, is that they keep bringing Gozer back. Gozer. We got Gozer in the first movie.
Yeah.
We got Gozer in the game. We got Gozer in this movie. They finally had a really good villain. They brought a good villain in for this one.
That's true. I'll
Thank
give them
God,
that
a
much.
brand new original villain.
Yeah.
Finally. So I don't have a problem necessarily with the shoehorning, so to speak, because I still think that that's part of their bridging. They're trying to bridge in old stuff into the new stuff to help bring in new stuff into the old stuff. And the old cast, I think the only old cast that was in it a lot was really Ray, and that's just because he doesn't want to go. He wants to be part of it, and that's fine. As long as he wants to be a part of the old franchise or the new franchise, I say let him, because he was a huge part of the old one.
I feel
He
like
helped
there's
write
just,
it, he
I
was
also
part
just
of it.
feel like they're introducing way too many new characters. Like they already had enough new characters in the first.
Yeah,
movie,
I did think that there was a lot of
and then
new.
in this one they introduced even more. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
there was a
there's
lot
too many
of
fucking
there was a lot of
people in this
new
fucking
a lot of
movie.
new things that they were trying to
Yeah.
throw into this one. I do agree with
Like
that.
I would understand if
It was
they
a
would have
little
taken
busy.
a couple out from the first one. Like
Yeah.
they moved to New York
Mhm.
from the country, and everybody from the country apparently followed them because they're all in the fucking New York too.
Well,
now.
it was a little busy. I think that. Well, I thought the only one that came with them was podcast.
And then the girl was there, Lucky. The colored girl was there.
She was in the last one. I don't remember in the last
She was
one.
in the last one.
Okay.
She was the love interest of the older boy.
Okay.
And then.
Well, anyway, she was graduating in the last one. I do remember that one. But in any case, I
she
do
said she
agree there was a lot
interning
of
at that
there
place.
was a lot of new stuff that I felt like they were throwing in. But it was kind of neat to see how they were coming up with new technology. So it, kind of neat to see where they're going to take that kind of stuff.
Some of it was cool. I thought a lot of it was good, but I just still wasn't as good as the last one.
No.
It was good for what it was. It's one of the movies that I'm like, I'd have to see it again to maybe.
I think it's more
have a
like
real judge of it.
I think that a lot of people, the general consensus is a lot of people are wanting that old feel. They want that old feel of Ghostbusters when they're not trying to keep that old feel. They're trying to usher in a new Ghost, and they have to understand that it's not going to stay
Right.
the same.
I
I had to applaud them for the villain, especially.
Yeah, the villain did look cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Did you watch anything else?
Yes.
What did you watch?
Can I get there? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
Mi scusi. How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow? Yo! I'm surrounded by assholes.
Jesus, man. So you can go as long as you want on your shit, but
I ain't even know that long.
God damn it, this ain't a
No, because you cut me off.
This
before
ain't
I
the
was even
supernatural
finished.
podcast. This is a movie podcast. We were talking about a movie.
No, you interrupted me before I was done.
Mhm.
So don't talk to me about cutting people off.
Whatever. I'm not done. I didn't say I was nowhere near that. We were still talking whenever you asked me.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm
Damn.
not done. I still have another movie that I watched.
Go ahead. What'd you watch? Love you.
I watched The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare
What is that?
And
oh, yeah, the Hitler
about
thing.
the Nazis. It was
I'm very interested in what you have to say about that.
if you like a tamed down version of Inglourious Bastards meets I don't know, rock and rolla, I guess. Rock and roll, it's the same.
No, I've seen Rock and Roll. I'm trying to piece that together
the
in my
reason
head.
why I'm saying that is because of the dialogue and things like that. That's
Yeah,
what,
okay.
because of Guy Ritchie.
Okay.
It's a Guy
all
Ritchie
right.
movie.
Yeah.
If you like Inglourious Bastards, take it down, the violence down a notch, and then hand the reins over to Guy Ritchie, and that's what you get in
I
this
heard
situation.
a lot
And
of
put it
people
in-
didn't like it.
A lot of people didn't like it. I enjoyed it. I think that, like a lot of Guy Ritchie movies, I think it's one of the movies that the more you watch it,
You
the
do
more
have
you'll
to,
like it.
yeah, you do have to have a flavor for Guy
But I
Ritchie.
can also see why people didn't care for it as much because it didn't have a lot going on in the movie, but there were good characters in the movie. So like Henry Cavill's character was awesome, and Alan Richardson's character was awesome, and the actress, the girl who played the actress, I don't remember her name or anything. She was great. I thought she did a really good job. Because I thought she was just going to be like, oh, they're just putting a pretty face in here for blah, blah, blah. But she did a really good job in the movie. And then the guy who plays the main Nazi in the movie was awesome. Chris was like, is Hitler going to be in this? I was like, I don't think so. She's like, but it's a Nazi movie. I'm like, doesn't mean Hitler's going to be in it. Like, and no, Hitler
There were a
wasn't
lot
in
of
it.
Did the
bad
Nazi
people
win?
other than him.
No,
Oh.
no.
Himmler
Yeah.
was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I think that the movie was good. It was just I felt like it was too long in the tooth. It was too. They could have cut like 20 minutes out of the movie. I'd have been happy with it. So,
Yeah.
but because it was over, I think it was just over 2 hours. I think
yeesh.
it was long, but it was good. I enjoyed the movie. It took a minute to get there, but a lot of the Nazi killing, especially dude Alan Richardson when he's on camera, he's the best character in the movie. Like the very beginning with him and Henry Cavill on the boat. You've probably seen it in previews. But like it's just one of the funniest fucking interactions. Like they're laughing and shit and he's just walking around
I think I did see that on the trailer.
He literally walks around with a bow and arrow the entire fucking movie and kills people with a bow and arrow and knives. He rips one dude's, like he cuts one dude's heart out.
Oh wow.
And he just said, I just want a barrel full of Nazi hearts. And it's just fucking wild, man. But I guess that the character of Henry Cavill's character is what they based James Bond off of. He was the guy that James Bond was kind of molded from.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
because it's all true, I guess. I guess it's a true story. It's all from God damn it, what's his name? Churchill's
Yeah. Memoirs
and
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah.
That was released back in 2016.
Yeah.
So it's pretty wild though. It's good. It's good. It's a good movie. If you like fucking watching Nazis die, there's a lot of Nazis that die. Actually, I think there's more Nazis that die in this movie than in Inglourious Bastards. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
I can get
Nazi
behind
killing
that.
in this. They're just like walking through this fucking bay, just with guns, just blasting everyone they see. Every fucking Nazi they see, they kill them. A few bullets, boom, dead. It's good. And then I think that's all I watched.
I can get behind that.
I think that's all I watched. I don't remember if I watched anything else. I don't think I did.
Did you ever finish watching that Nickelodeon thing?
Yeah, I talked about that already.
Oh, you did?
I don't remember you finishing it.
Oh, there you
I didn't tell you. Oh yeah, maybe I didn't. Yeah, I did. We did finish that. I wasn't. You're right. I didn't tell you guys about it because I remember telling you about how I felt about it. There were a lot of things about that I don't see the hype for. So like I know that like Dan Schneider was an asshole, but there's nothing that says that he did anything weird. They're just pretty much saying he's an asshole and he liked back rubs. Who cares? He wasn't asking, a bunch of fucking little girls to come in and rub his butt cheeks or give him foot massages. You know what I mean? Like,
I think there was a lot to say there, though.
maybe,
for
but it's
there was
not
a lot.
being
There was
said.
a lot to say for Amanda Bynes, I think.
okay, maybe, but there was nothing there that said that she wasn't already fucked up on her own. You know what I mean? Like, there was nothing that implemented him in anything that was going on with her.
She had a very public life.
Okay, true, maybe, but until I don't judge, I'm not going to sit back and judge somebody based off of what people presume. Nothing was said, nothing came out about Dan Schneider other than he likes back massages.
I'm gonna take their word for it since they were there to see.
But that's what I'm saying. They
And
didn't say
I'm gonna
anything.
go by.
They just said that he was an asshole.
I'm gonna go by what they saw him doing,
Right.
and how Amanda turned out, and what Amanda has.
Yeah,
said.
but they didn't say that he saw
and
him
what
doing
Amanda
anything.
has
That's the
said
thing.
publicly.
Like, I'm not trying to defend the guy, but I am because I'm like, the dude didn't. As far as we're aware, as far as we all know, nobody came out and said anything about him, about how he was. Yeah, he was mentally abusive and he was an asshole, things like that. But he didn't do anything physically or sexually or anything like that to any of those kids.
I think he got fired, and I think he got let go before that stuff could come out.
Maybe, but like I said,
but I'm gonna go. I'm
assumptions.
gonna go with what
and also
Amanda said about it.
I'm also gonna go off of what Drake Bell said whenever he said that the only person that was there for him whenever all that shit went down with him, which he had it worse than anybody.
Yes,
Fuck
he
Amanda
did.
Bynes.
Yes, he did.
This dude had it worse.
We don't know what happened with Amanda.
Well, as far as we're aware, if she took the hush money, then shut the fuck up. That's what I'm saying about her.
Or not.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, they offered like Jeanette McCurdy or whatever said they offered her $300,000 in hush money and she turned it down.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they offered that same fucking deal to Amanda Bynes and she took it.
Well,
I don't know.
Maybe, but she did a lot of movies and stuff afterwards. I don't know.
But also, so like the whole
during that time period,
the whole Drake Bell thing, he come out and straight up said that Dan Schneider was the only one that was there for him after all that shit went down, and he's the only one that had his back and looked out for him and made sure he was okay.
I don't remember that. I'd have to
That's what he said. He said that he was the only one. If you need anything, that's what he told him.
During that.
Yeah, whenever all that shit went down. Because he knew about, I think he said that it was only a couple people that knew about it. His own dad didn't even know about it.
No, his dad, because they pushed him out.
Not only did they push him out, but he didn't want to tell his dad.
Well, no,
because of how emotional his dad would be.
Well, he helped push out his dad, so he kind of
right.
felt
Well,
guilty
he also, like he said, I didn't want to tell my dad because he's a very emotional person, and so, but eventually he did tell his dad.
Well, he felt guilty. He helped push him out, and
yeah, and he said that they had a strained relationship, but it's better now. So, and I'm pretty sure he's just living down in Mexico because apparently he's really popular there. I think he's Drake Bell. He's really popular in Mexico. But
he's had some really rough times, and obviously, but
and I feel the worst for him. Fuck Amanda Bynes. She just went off the rails like every other child star. I don't know what's going on with her. If anything happened to her, if there is something to happen to her, it's on her to come out and say so. If she doesn't say anything, I'm not going to sit back and presume something poorly of somebody. Like that's like saying like, I don't know, like. Fucking Michael Jackson. If Michael Jackson did anything to them little boys, somebody needs to step up and say something. But instead, what happened? Their fucking parents took hush money. It was settled outside of court, was it not? Till this day, people assume, well, it could have. I'll tell you what, though, he still had hundreds and hundreds, actually millions of fans.
The only person that's actually come out and said anything publicly has been Corey Feldman, and the only thing that he said is he's the only one that didn't touch me.
That's true. I get that, but that...
No, I'm saying the only one that's come out and said something publicly, and he's the one saying that he didn't
touch him. I know that. And what I'm saying, though, is that may be the case for him, but that doesn't mean it was the case for any other little boy.
I get that.
So, and like I said, though, you can't... Michael Jackson paid somebody off to settle it outside of court. Mommy and daddy... Don't get me wrong, mommy and daddy might have made some shit up to get money out of Michael Jackson. Who knows? Which is could be very likely the case.
All I'm saying is that, the whole thing with Drake Bell, and I wholeheartedly believe the kid. Don't get me wrong. But he got in hot water, right? And then his story comes out. Amanda Bynes has done nothing but been crazy for the past whatever. Yeah. She's done nothing but cry out publicly without saying it. On social media, in her actions, in her words.
Well, it's whatever. It's the same sort of situation as
I'm saying that Spears had. I'm saying she's exhibiting the same things that anyone who has been through some hell. And maybe it wasn't Dan Schneider that did it, but somebody did something to that girl.
Maybe, but like I said, it's up to her to come out and say
I don't disagree, but I think that she's probably so fucked up at this point. Could she even do it?
I don't know. She's been going to beauty school.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's what I think about that. It was overhyped, and by the end of it, hold on.
Yeah, they did not give a lot, like as much
They
as it
hyped
was.
the fuck out
Yes,
of it.
they did, and like you watched
Like it was supposed to be like I was waiting for this big climax.
Yeah,
and
like
then it was
everybody kept saying like, "Oh, your childhood's gonna be ruined," and I watched it and I was like,
not really.
Like 99% of my childhood wasn't even happening at this point.
Yeah.
Like my childhood was earlier than this.
Like then I'm like, people are like, oh yeah, it's so bad. And I'm watching. I'm like, no, it's just a bunch of kids who couldn't handle being in show business.
Well, and
because let's face it, Dan Schneider might have been an asshole, but he was a fucking producer.
I will say this much though: if I don't know, if I worked at Nickelodeon and you are somebody who is a professional in children's television, right? That's your job. That's what you do. Shame on them for not noticing some of the things that he was doing and that he was putting on television.
I think that he was too
doing
hard
with
on
those
the
kids. No, not just that. Like the fucking potato.
Yeah,
come on.
A lot of the adult humor and things
Come
like
on.
that. There were some things that I was like, come on, dude, you're going to nitpick that.
Okay, but
there were some other things I was like, yeah, she's definitely like...
Okay, like kids aren't going to notice that stuff so much, right? Kids aren't going to notice that stuff so much.
But for
like,
me, like, she like having like her over the bed pouring water on herself, like, dude, she's like a 13-year-old girl or something.
Exactly, and if you're an adult who works in kids television, right, and that's your business, that's what you've done, or that's what you do, right? That is your profession. Nobody else, you're telling me nobody else in that same profession with Dan Schneider didn't sit back there and go, anybody else got a problem with this?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
No, they're sitting there like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that
Carry
some
on.
of the, but I've also heard accounts of the stories in the show being a little over exaggerated. So, like the one guy who used to host,
no, I'm talking about stuff that made it to air.
Right, I know. What I'm saying though is, so the guy used to host like Double Dare and shit like that, or he was actually a host.
Mark
back,
Summers, yeah.
Yeah, he was a host whenever we were kids.
Yeah.
And he said that he was.
Oh yeah,
on,
he was on a different interview, or he was told it was a different interview.
No, he said he was told it was something, and they asked if he would come in and comment on some Nickelodeon stuff. He said sure. And he said, and then they showed me a clip, and I watched the clip, and I asked if this is something that they had aired, and that's all they took from me. He's like, if I would have known it was like that, I wouldn't have done the interview at all.
Exactly.
He said I didn't know what exactly they wanted from me.
Yeah, because you notice he was only in there for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, he was only in the first episode. That was it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, probably because they're like, because documentaries do that. They twist and manipulate stories. They did the same thing
to get
with
their storyline.
Yeah, they to fit their narrative,
Mhm.
and they did the same thing with Making a Murderer. Back whenever they did the Stephen Avery shit.
Yep.
The first season of that made it seem like the cops were incompetent and they were after Stephen Avery. Well, I read the dude's book. One of the detectives on the case wrote a book about it, and he went through all this other evidence that they didn't show in the fucking show. How like a lot of the things that pointed to Stephen Avery without reason, without a doubt,
yeah.
he did it. And I'm thinking like, and then the only other person that had their back was the DA or the prosecuting attorney or something like that.
I think it was the attorney.
Yeah, it was one of the attorneys. I know he was an attorney, but like he was the only one that had their back and was
I
like
think that's why
backing them up.
they ended up having to go back and do season 2 because they were going to get sued.
Yeah, so like that's why like that high profile, all that was for the season 2 was that high profile fucking lawyer coming in trying to make herself look good and take on this case. Notice there ain't been no season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably because they're like, yeah, we can't take this any farther.
Well,
You're fucking guilty.
They wanted to show the other side so that they wouldn't get sued or whatever.
Yeah.
Come the fuck on.
It's fucking retarded. But like I said, a lot of those documentaries, especially ones like that paint a certain picture for you to watch and paint a narrative, they do that on purpose so that you take a certain side.
Mm-hmm.
They do it all the time in documentaries.
Yeah. No, I'm talking strictly from the things that you saw went like on air. That stuff made it to air. That is the only. Those are the things that I'm saying we can say for sure because it went on air.
Yeah, right.
So I'm just saying that, like, from a perspective of
Ariana Grande milking a potato.
Yeah. Anybody who works in children's television, there was nobody going, Dan? No.
Right.
No.
I just,
You know?
like, dude, I don't think this
They
is
can't
very
just give him-
appropriate, man.
Yeah, they can't just give him carte blanche.
What?
and then-
She's almost 16.
Exactly.
No.
Like, nobody was looking at him going,
Right.
I
Yeah,
mean-
it's very questionable, and I don't disagree that
something.
something may have gone on there, or something
But something was fishy with him.
something was definitely even if he didn't act on anything, but he was a weird dude.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
And I get that he was a hard ass on the kids. But even
I
still,
would
though,
say more
like
on
in
his staff
show,
than the
in
kids.
show
I think
business,
on the kids, he thought he was joking,
yeah,
but really he was being a dick.
yeah, like the all that thing. Like I hated the last episode of it because the last episode was, pretty much somebody trying to get their 5 minutes of fame with that interview of
Yeah.
those few people that nobody gave a shit about during the fucking series. Well, she did get Drake Bell in there for the first part, though.
Yeah.
But like aside from that, I just feel like this is all a cash grab. You know what I mean? Like let's get our fame in there and this and that, and a few of the faces in there, like the one girl who was on all that Amanda Bynes had replaced as the young funny girl.
Oh yeah, I remember her.
I remember
She
her
was-
from all that.
Yeah,
like,
because that was
vividly.
the tail end of like me watching.
That
It
was me
her-
too. Yeah, because
her and,
right as Amanda
Josh-
Bynes was coming into it, I was like,
Yeah,
getting
when
out of it.
Amanda was there, like at the very tail end of me watching it, I remember
Yeah.
that girl mostly, and then a little bit of Amanda, and then I
Yeah.
was done.
I don't
'cause there
remember
was, like-
any of Amanda.
was,
I
like,
was done with it before
Beth,
then. So.
that Beth chick was on there when I
Lori
watched it.
Lori
Beth,
Beth. Yeah,
Josh Server.
yeah. Josh, I remember him.
Keenan and Kel.
Mhm.
Like all those people were on it when I watched it.
Yeah.
I didn't like they brought those other kids on it later, and I'm like, I don't know any.
I didn't know any of them. Yeah.
So
Because that was like back during like the original run of like Are You Afraid of the Dark and shit like
Mhm.
actually I think Are You Afraid of the Dark might even been before that.
might have been.
But like that was during like the Rugrats
Yeah.
and
Oh god,
Doug
Rugrats. Yeah, Doug.
and the good cartoons, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What else? Rocco's Modern Life
Yeah.
was in there.
Oh my god.
Ren and
Remember when he worked
Stimpy.
at Sex Line?
Yeah.
What year
Yeah.
was Courage the Cowardly Dog?
That came in a little bit later.
That was Cartoon Network though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Cartoon Network.
Was
yeah.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Cartoon Network.
I don't know. I remember always
Which
coming
came
on,
on,
like, right
which
whenever I
came
went to
over
bed.
and kind of took over after Nickelodeon started. to
Yeah,
suck.
Cartoon Network really started taking over later on in the years.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Dexter's Laboratory. They started really taking
Johnny
over.
Bravo.
Oh, Johnny Bravo was
Yeah.
the shit. I used to love that show.
Fuck
Johnny
yeah.
Bravo
Hey,
and
huh.
Johnny Test.
Hey, pretty mama.
You could never get a date.
My
shit.
dear old mama.
Didi, get out of my laboratory.
I love that shit. All right. Anyway, sorry, we went on a rant about it. We haven't even gotten into our movie yet.
We've still got, some time.
Some time.
I don't think this movie's gonna take very long.
I don't think it's
if I'm being
long
honest.
either. Yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into our movie here and get started. I guess we should probably talk about the movie you're all here
We
to
should
hear
probably
about.
talk about the movie, huh?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the movie.
All right, Karen, do you have a plot synopsis?
Sure do.
For Pitch Perfect 2.
The Bellas are back. They are better than ever. After being humiliated in front of none other than the President of the United States of America, the Bellers?
Bellers.
The Baylors? The Bellas are taken out of the...
That's what George Bush would have called them.
the
Bellers.
The Bellas are...
Tacos.
The Bellas are taken out of the ACA circuit in order to clear their name and regain their status. The Bellas take on a seemingly impossible task, winning an international competition no American team has ever won. In order to accomplish this monumental task, they need to strengthen the bonds of friendship and sisterhood and blow away the competition with their amazing ACA magic. With all new friends and old rivals tagging along for the trip, the Bellas can hopefully accomplish their dreams. 1 hour and 55 minutes, PG-13. Anna Kendrick as Becca, Brittany Snow as Chloe, Haley Steinfeld as Emily Junk, and Rebel Wilson as Fat Amy. That's as far as I'm going. We know who's in there.
All right. Well, Eric's not here, but let's start with Madison. Would you watch again, and would you recommend other people check it out?
I'll probably end up seeing it again, yeah. And, I mean, if you're going to watch the first one, you might as well watch the second one, I guess. It's like it makes good for I know I say it a lot, but it makes good for background noise during a sleepover.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for me, I'm probably not gonna watch this again. Would I recommend it to certain people? I don't see. Some people consider this movie a musical. I don't. I don't consider it a musical. Musicals are made up of original music. This movie is not made up of that. Neither was the first one, and I doubt the second or third one is either. But I think that this is a movie that's definitely made for people who love pop music and hip hop and R&B and things like that. So yeah, I guess for those people, like, 16-year-olds, 18-year-olds, all that good stuff, like, I think it would be good for recommending to them. But me personally, like, people my age, no, I wouldn't recommend it to any of them. But yeah, I mean, watch it if you want, I guess. Like she said, it would make good for a good sleepover, like for a bunch of teenage girls. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Because there's a lot of like random singing in it and shit. And
You can tune in and out and still know
exactly,
what's going
yeah, it's kind of one of those things. So, I mean, I wouldn't watch it again though. Not me personally.
I agree with you. It's not. I don't think either one of them are musicals by definition. Would I watch it again? I mean, I can't think of any scenario in which I would find myself watching it again.
Okay.
I wouldn't not necessarily not watch it again. I just can't think of any instance in which
Where you would want to.
I would pick it to watch or
Yeah.
anything. I didn't hate it, but I tell people if you've watched the first one, you should probably see the second one.
Okay. It seems kind of a really light recommend from everybody. All right, we're going to go ahead and read the plot here. And, yeah, let's do that.
Do it.
Pitch Perfect 2. 3 years after winning the previous competition, the Barton Bellas are now led by senior Becca Mitchell and 3-time super senior Chloe Beale. The Bellas have become ICCA champions each of these 3 years. However, the group becomes involved in a national scandal dubbed Muffgate.
Which was fucking hilarious.
It was pretty funny.
And it was a great opening.
I agree. It was a really funny opening with all of the
like
news,
as she just
the news
slowly
coverage and
turns
everything.
around.
Yeah.
And they're all just like, stop. And she's
Yeah.
just slowly
They're like,
making
oh
her
god,
way.
she's turning.
Yeah.
A sight no one wants to see.
And she doesn't even like try to like stop or like cross her legs. Not like
She just spread
Amy does
eagle,
not
yeah.
care.
Well, if she were
Yeah.
to try to cross her leg, she would have fell.
That's preferable to showing everyone your hoo-ha.
Nah, I don't
Not
know.
from that height.
I think I'd rather show everybody my penis than fall on my neck.
Well,
Break
I think
my
that you
neck.
can go down slowly if you. I mean,
But she was
They-
already. But she started struggling and everything. I don't think she really knew how to do it that well.
well, maybe.
Yeah, you get a little more practice before you should get up
God,
there.
you'd think they would have practiced using those ribbons and
Yeah,
stuff.
no
Like,
shit.
yeah, that's what people do. Anyway.
All right.
Okay.
Dubbed Muffgate when Patricia Fat Amy Hobart accidentally rips her panties in front of U.S. President Barack Obama during a performance on his birthday at the Kennedy Center, showing her genitalia to the public as she did not wear underwear.
In front of his husband, too. I mean, wife.
The fact that he was there too, and he was like smiling and everything, and then all of a sudden
I don't
he
even
was
know
just
if they were actually there though. That's the thing. Like I felt like that was like pre-recorded or something. And
He probably was. He was
I
big
don't know
into,
because they
like-
kept going to them and they had the same look on their face in every shot.
I don't know.
So,
There was nothing in trivia about it, so.
Okay.
Well, I think there was, but I think it was about somebody actually performing for them.
Oh.
wow.
the
The
scandal leads-
Good.
The scandal leads the Bellas suspension from the ICCA's. Becca makes a deal to allow the Bellas to be reinstated should they win the world championship of Capella. Of a Capella.
Of acapella.
It says of a Capella.
Acapella.
A Capella.
Do you get it?
So it's a long A.
Yeah, a cappella. It's the style of music they do, where there's
Okay.
no instruments.
Freshman Emily Junk begins her college career hoping to follow in the footsteps of her mother, Catherine. Catherine Kaylee Lewington by a Bella Lewington. Okay, whatever. She's played by Katie Seagal, but Catherine tells Emily she is more than junk and that she is pitch perfect. At orientation, she watches a cappella performance by the Troublemakers, now led by Becca's boyfriends Jesse Swanson, Benjamin Benji Applebaum, Jesse's best friend, overhears Emily leading to a crush on her. I'm glad he didn't have a lot to do in this movie. The boyfriend.
Yeah, he wasn't as prominent in this one. Actually, they really weren't as prominent in this one. The Troublemakers or whatever.
Well, that's because they were their main competition last time.
True.
Yeah. I'm just glad he wasn't in it a lot. You know what I mean? Because his very like innocent boyish attitude kind of gets on my nerves.
Like boy band attitude.
Yeah. The Bellas learn that Das Sound Machine.
She was into it.
Yeah. A German powerhouse group has replaced the Bellas on their victory tour.
Well, she's kind of got the boy band attitude going on too.
Yeah. Additionally, Becca has started an internship at a recording studio, Residual Heat. Sorry. Something only Jesse knows. So the main girl that in the German a cappella band or whatever.
Yeah.
She's like, why am I strangely attracted to her in this?
Yeah, that was funny as hell.
So I was like, I get it though. Like I can see it.
Just because you're sexually confusing me.
Yeah. But I was like, yeah, I would be extremely attracted to her too.
I just like how every time she would try to like insult her, it would come out a compliment.
Yeah, well, your sweat smells like cinnamon. She really did, like, honestly, like Anna Kendrick's character didn't have a lot going on in this movie like she did in the first.
I think what they were trying to do in this one was pass the baton off to that funk chick.
Yeah, to Haley Steinfeld's character. Yeah. Okay, Emily goes to the Bella sorority house to audition for them because they're absent from the auditions. When she sings her unfinished song Flashlight, she succeeds in joining the Bellas. At a car show where the ICCA winners are due to perform, the Bellas scout their replacements, DSM, led by intimidating duo Peter Kramer, and I didn't know that was his last name, and Commissar. Okay, Commissar? Okay,
Commissar.
Sure. Who take delight in mocking the all-girl group. So whenever the girl that girl last name Junk or whatever, she goes to like audition for the Bellas, they just let her in way too easy. Like I felt like, yeah, okay, she's got a great voice. Yeah, why wouldn't you let her in? But it just happened too fast. There was no like, no, I don't think, you think that there would have been more of like, no, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's more a sign of the fact that they couldn't do auditions. So they had no choice. Like they couldn't do auditions.
Maybe, but they didn't literally, they didn't, there was no like, I felt like there should have been more of a, how do you put it? Almost like a conflict there. Maybe not a conflict so much as
a momentary pause.
Maybe a momentary like
dismay.
like
problem that needed resolution of some kind. Like
no,
something.
There's actually a joke. You know how she says, "Singing this or singing that for your vote."
Yeah.
The two notes that she says are the same. The joke being that we're all going to say yes.
Oh. Okay.
Because they couldn't have tryouts. They weren't allowed to promote or bring anyone in. So her walking in the door was a godsend to them.
Okay, well, I didn't know that. I felt like she's like, I want to get into the Bellas.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that the note was the same.
She said, I want to get into the Bellas, and then they're like, and then she's just in. It's like, okay, well, there was.
It's just because
there was no way of that character to build. You know what I mean? Like there was no building that character.
Yeah.
Anyway, like she was just in.
The only reason that I would say that, I mean, I knew about the note thing just because it was in trivia, but like they told them that they couldn't bring anyone in.
Well, then
and prior to her doing her tryout,
whenever they do the collaboration with her and Anna Kendrick's character, like Becca, right?
yeah, Becca.
They do that collaboration. It's like, oh, well, maybe I'm thinking in my head, maybe there's going to be this point where she uses her voice and goes and like gets a deal with her internship and kind of fucks her over, and then has to come back and make it up to her. There was none of that either. I was like, oh, okay, so it's just all good then.
And
I just
the
kind of
conflict
thought
is
like there was no
purely-
conflict there. I was like, okay, well then what's the point of this story? The only conflict is that you need to go to Europe or whatever, and
You're saying there was no
So you're
internal
back in-
conflict
there
like
wasn't
there was in the
at
first
all.
one.
There was no internal. The only internal conflict was between her and her friend, whatever her name was, Chloe, and that she didn't tell her about her internship, and that was so dumb. I'm like, who gives a fuck? Like,
yeah, they made it this huge deal that they had to go to this like retreat, which we haven't gotten there yet.
yeah,
But like they had to go to this retreat and like I don't know, work out their shit, but there was no shit to work out
that's
until
what it
she
says. Like,
found
so
that
they're
out.
just doing a bunch of exercises while singing.
Well, and there was no shit to work out until she found out that Becca was at that internship,
Yeah.
which she didn't find out until they were at the retreat. So what shit did they have to work out exactly?
Exactly. So, like I said, there was really no conflict within the group in this movie, and I just thought that was kind of like
In the first
where-
one, that added a level of
Yeah,
interest that this one was lacking.
yeah, and I think that, and also the main conflict was between Becca, and then in the first one between Becca and the main girl, who only makes like a 5 minutes appearance in this movie.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name from the movie, the blonde girl.
Yeah.
And that was the only conflict, really. Like,
It just added an extra level of interest.
I almost
to the
felt
first
like
one.
all the characters in this movie were like side characters. Every character in this movie was a side character. There were no main characters. Like,
Yeah,
it was just
that's-
too
yeah.
much to push in. Like, even Becca's character was like, yeah, she's the main character, but she didn't feel like the main character. Like she felt like she was just as good as like that junk girl, her character, or Chloe's character, or
Fat Amy.
Fat Amy's character, or Adam Devine's character. You know what I mean? Like, all them characters felt equal to me. There was no main character, which I found to be nauseating, honestly. Like, it was just too much to follow. You know what I mean? It was too much. There was no internal conflict. And, like, minor shit along the way, like between Fat Amy and Adam Devine's character.
There was no main focus.
There
nowhere-
was no main. It was all over the place.
The only focus you had was the competition.
Yeah, and that was at the end of the movie. So even that, I felt like, and we'll get to that part because I got problems with that too. But
What, you didn't like the music?
where was I? Okay, so at a car show where the ICCA winners are due to perform, the Bellas scout the replacement DSM, led by intimidating. I already said this, didn't I? Also in attendance are the Troublemakers and the Tone Hangers, a group of former troublemakers, including former troublemaker leader Bumper Allen, whom Fat Amy is now dating, as well as a group calling themselves the
dating
Green
yet?
Bay
They weren't
Packers.
dating
They weren't
yet.
dating yet,
No.
no. The Green Bay Packers, which I thought was kind of funny.
That was hilarious.
The Bellas made it to the final two, but end up losing to DSM in the showdown after a nervous Emily screws up on an attempt to sing Flashlight due to it being an original, not from the right category, 90s hip hop jams.
Why would you start singing that? Nervous or not? Like, why would that be what popped?
See, I thought this part was kind of funny because I think it was a jab.
The whole competition there was hilarious.
Yeah,
the whole David
it
Cross.
was.
That was
I
my
think
favorite part.
I think the funniest part about it was what's his name? The comedian Cross.
David Cross.
David Cross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole
He's a
thing,
fucking
like
legend.
between like an original. We hate originals. Like, what
I
the?
hate you.
Like, I was just like, that is so fucking funny because I know that all they're doing is literally bashing on their own movie.
Oh yeah.
That's all they're doing. They're like, fuck you, and like, because there's no originals in the movie, and it's like it's all covers, and they're like, so I think it's funny that they're actually kind of bashing on their own shit.
I think they're bashing on the fact that acapella is known for just doing covers. Like there's no originality in
Yeah.
acapella.
Right.
So and what they do at the end of the movie sort of shows that, they don't agree with that either.
Right. The next day at the warm-ups, the Bellas' chances of winning end in disaster when the performance sets Cynthia Rose Adams' hair on fire with pyrotechnics. Even before then, John and Gail question the Bellas' identity. To regain harmony and sync, Chloe takes them to a retreat led by former leader Aubrey Posen, whatever. That girl from True Blood. Becca starts a heated debate with Chloe. And by the way, we were just bitching about Twilight earlier. If you like Twilight and you're not a bitch, or if you don't like Twilight but you want something similar to that, just watch True Blood because it's better. It's like Twilight, but it has balls. It's kind of...
Nobody glows.
Nobody glows. Whenever vampires get stabbed, they explode into like a puddle of blood. Sun actually catches them on fire. And there is a love plot, kind of like Twilight's, only better.
Do they have to play baseball in the Thunder?
I don't think anybody plays baseball in that fucking show.
Okay.
And it takes place in the deep south in Louisiana, which is awesome. Down by the bayou. Yeah, down by the bayou.
Down by the bayou.
So it's awesome. Especially the first couple seasons are amazing. Have you ever never seen it?
First
You've never watched True Blood? Dude, I got the first season upstairs on Blu-ray. You want to borrow it?
I think we have them.
Oh. It's awesome. I think it's on HBO Max still.
It's one of those things where there's just so much good shit. What do you...
Oh, the show is fucking crazy, though, dude.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, there's so much good shit that's on TV, at any point in time. So what do you get into?
But True Blood's been over for years.
I know. But, what was it? Sopranos was on at the time.
Yeah.
And
Heroes.
Heroes, Dexter.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, there was a lot. That was back during, prime time TVs,
So yeah,
prime.
That's what I'm saying. I was into Sopranos. I was into Dexter. I was into...
Yeah.
So...
That was back whenever good TV was, you waited for those fucking episodes every week. Because you were excited to see what was going to go on with Dexter or, The Sopranos, or even was Breaking Bad bad? That went out yet.
No,
That
Breaking
wasn't out
Bad
yet.
was later.
But yeah. Anyway, sorry, got sidetracked. Okay. Even before then, John and Gail question the Bella's identity. To regain harmony and sync, Chloe takes them on to a retreat led by former leader Aubrey Posen. Becca starts a heated debate with Chloe over herself being the only one thinking about life beyond the Bellas. And Chloe's obsession with winning worlds. So she said that she's been in college for 7 years. I'm like, holy shit.
She even made the comment earlier in the movie how she had failed classes on purpose.
So she could stay in college.
So she could stay in the Bellas.
I don't know about what her parents are doing, but they need to intervene. Why are you still in college? Why are we still paying for this?
You should be a doctor by now.
Yeah. To prove to her boss that she can produce music well, Becca offers Emily to produce Flashlight at the studio. The group realizes that they will no longer be together and may go their separate ways after graduation and regain harmony by singing Cups When I'm Gone, the very song that got Becca into the Bellas in the first movie. Amy remembers that she broke up with Bumper and the next day she goes to apologize to Bumper by standing on a canoe and paddling through the lake to him while singing We Belong.
I like that they got back together, and I also like that she did the whole, what was the movie? It was Al Pacino, where he's walking across the street, and he's like, I'm walking here, Raging Bull. And she did the whole, I'm soloing here.
Yeah, I know that they did a sequel series with Bumper and the German dude. By the way, that fucking German dude, just like I was telling them last night, that dude is hilarious in real life.
Is he?
Yeah, he's fucking funny, dude. He used to go on Conan every once in a while. Just get on YouTube and YouTube his interviews with Conan on the Conan show.
Okay.
Oh my god, dude, they're gold. It's gold. He just have Conan rolling.
Okay.
He always walks everywhere with a fanny pack. He's always got a fanny pack on.
Is he the guy? He was talking about Christmas trees one time. I
Probably.
remember. Oh my god! If that's
he's always questioning everything that Americans do.
Yes, if that's the same guy, that was
he had a video on TikTok where he was like, this man, he tells me to suck his dick. And he's like talking about like, why would you put that, your personal member, in a hole full of, the teeth that would be chomping. Chomp, chomp, chomp. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's just so fucking funny, dude. It's hilarious. If you get a chance, look at,
I think
Fallujah Borg, I think his name is.
I think that was the one I saw where he was talking about Christmas trees and he was talking about Americans' obsession with buying them too late and leaving them up too long or
Probably, yeah.
something like that.
Probably. He's always going on about like what Americans do that's so weird.
Yeah, he's like, I don't understand why you wait until
Yeah.
Christmas Eve to buy it.
And then leave it up after
And then
Christmas.
leave it up until, March or something like that. And it was really funny.
Yeah, he's funny.
I'm not doing it justice, but it was making me laugh.
Yeah. If you're interested, just look him up. I think his name is Fallujah Borg. He is really he's actually German. And he's also in James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
That is the
He's
same
the
guy,
harpoon
isn't
guy.
it? Yeah,
He's got
yeah,
the
yeah.
guy with the harpoon.
Yeah.
And he like entrusts his harpoon to Harley Quinn. So like it's funny as fuck. I
Yep.
don't even care.
Yep.
This shit's funny.
Harley Quinn harpoon a bunch of people she's not supposed to after that.
Yeah, I think so. I think she has that harpoon through the entire movie actually.
I think she tries to blame him for it. She hands it back and was like,
No, he's dead. He dies in that part. That scene.
that's
at the
right.
very beginning. He dies.
that might have been a cut scene I saw where they were joking around.
Oh, maybe. Hurt Bumper unsuccessfully tries to turn Amy away initially, but as the song progresses, he forgives her, and they reconcile. At the studio, Emily and Becca present their song to Becca's boss, which demonstrates envy for their talent and looks forward to producing with them.
What a waste of Keegan-Michael Key.
I agree. Don't get me wrong, that interaction between him and
Kept calling
Snoop
her
Dogg.
Reggie.
No, the Snoop Dogg.
Oh, yeah.
Or Snoop Dogg's in there and he's just like, he's not being your typical Snoop Dogg. He's being kind of humble and like he's always like, for shizzle my nizzle, or like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just always saying shit. And like, but in this, he was like frizzle dizzle or something like that.
No,
He's just,
usually I would
he's
say
in there being super calm and chill in the
I don't know.
booth.
I would say he's a little bit more full of himself, and in this, or a little bit more humble than he was in this, because in this he was kind of like, "Yeah, I sound great. What's the problem?"
That is true. He was that, but usually he's like, he usually takes it up to like an 11, and this he was like down at a subtle 8.
I don't know. I've
You know
always
what I
seen him
mean?
act real chill.
No, I mean
and
like his
humble.
acting and shit. Like
Oh,
the way he
yeah.
usually acts.
Well, yeah, he was a little bit more involved.
Yeah,
than
he wasn't
usually
like
is.
so aggressive about it.
Yeah.
He wasn't full Snoop Dogg about it. He was kind of like just that guy.
I think he was just being him, honestly.
Maybe, yeah. He just
You
kind
know
of
what I mean?
chill. You know what I mean? And I kind of liked it because usually whenever you're seeing him, you're like, oh, Snoop Dogg, is he gonna ham it up in this one too? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I
usually when you
agree.
see Snoop Dogg, he's
Yeah, I
So-
liked it.
But yeah, it was good, and I agree. They definitely underutilized Keegan-Michael Key.
Well, it was either A, he was being a dick, or B, he wasn't on screen long enough. Like,
Yeah.
he would walk. The funniest thing he did was call her Reggie.
Yeah,
And
but
just
then you
blatantly.
didn't know whether to take him seriously or think he was trying to be funny in some certain parts.
I took it like him being a dick. Like 99% of the times he
but
was
that's the
coming
thing. Is
off
like,
like
was
a
he
dick.
being a dick or was he just like being funny? I didn't
Well-
understand. I didn't know where to take him.
I
so-
don't know. I'm sorry if somebody works for you and they've told you time and time again that their name is Becca and you continuously keep calling them Reggie. You're a dick.
But that's what I'm saying. Is he actually fucking with her?
Yeah.
I think
'Cause
at
she
this
goes,
point,
yeah, I'm Reggie.
I'm Reggie.
I know,
Yeah,
but I think at this point, if it's a joke, you're both laughing.
it's true, I guess. Anyway, where was I? Okay, the senior Bellas graduate and they all head off to Copenhagen for the World Finals. With Jesse and Benji to cheer them on, they perform a harmonized version of Flashlight with Aubrey, Catherine, and other past Bellas joining in. The Bellas win the championship and repair their damaged legacy. As the senior Bellas leave Barden, they give Emily a belated proper initiation with Fat Amy, showing her how to do the last tradition, christening the house by sliding down the staircase. In a mid-credit scene, Bumper performs on The Voice, chooses Christina Aguilera as his coach and makes her uncomfortable when he gives her an oddly lengthy hug. The end. That is Pitch Perfect too. So the voice thing was pretty funny, but I love Adam Devine. I think he's great.
Oh, 100%.
Also, so my gripe with the ending though.
Besties.
My gripe with the ending, though, with the whole performance, is their performance to me didn't look or seem any different than any other performance at that competition. The only difference was we only saw a few seconds of each performance, whereas with theirs we saw the whole thing. But they didn't look any better or amazing or anything like that than any of the other ones, so I don't understand.
Well, and they were all singing the same song, too. Every single, like, that was...
I think that was more of a montage of,
well, it,
you know what I
it
mean,
was,
swords,
but I think that it just downplays the other competition.
Yeah, it kind of downplayed. Like there was no competition, is what I'm saying.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like they make it like this huge competition, but then literally the only competition there is the two main ones.
Exactly.
Yeah, they make a huge deal about the competition, and then you don't even get to see them actually like get the reward for it or anything.
Yeah, I'm not saying that we need to spend an hour at the competition hearing everybody play.
But to be honest
But-
with you, if they would have cut out a lot of the bullshit in this movie and really focused on the competition, like if they would have cut out a lot of like the unnecessary plot stuff, like with, like I said, the other characters that were just like, they all
Pick a
felt
fucking
like
lane.
Huh?
Pick a fucking
exactly,
lane.
Exactly.
Are we
if
gonna
they would
focus
maybe
on
focus half the movie on them and this, or even like 3/4 of the movie or 2/3 of the movie? I'll give you 2/3 of the movie, concentrate on them, and then the other last third of the movie concentrate on the like kind of like Rocky. You got Rocky with the introduction of him and the baddie, and then you got the whole training montage and all that stuff and the family issues and all that. But then like the whole last like third of the movie is the fight. You know what I mean? And that's what made Rocky great, because you're like waiting for that fight for the last act. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah,
that
they're building
fucking
up to
climax.
it, and then you get there.
Yeah, and then you get there, and the fight is like almost a third of the movie, or if not, it maybe a quarter to a third of the movie. Like it's a good 20 minutes in length. Like you're like, yeah, this is what you came here for, you know. But that's done. If they would have done it that way, I think the movie would have fared better. You know what I mean? I don't remember how they did it in the first one. Like, did they show more of the competition? I think they did show more of the competition in the first one. And they just really downplayed the competition for this one. Like, to be honest with you, I forgot there even was a fucking competition until it happened.
Like I said,
yeah, that's right. They got to go to Copenhagen.
I think they needed to pick a lane. They had way too many plots going on, and we weren't focused on any one of them except for the competition being a thing.
Yeah.
And you couldn't really pick any, like you said, any one thing to focus on because nobody was very important.
Right.
I mean,
they really weren't. Like, even Becca didn't feel as important as I thought she could have.
I liked certain characters because of the first one. You know what I mean? Like, I remember them from the first one, so I still like them because of that.
I keep pennies under my tongue.
Yeah.
But she wasn't even as funny in this one.
It's because she didn't get to say as much.
But the things that she did say weren't as funny. The funniest thing she said was, "I'm Asian Jesus," when she got caught in that net thing. That was hilarious to me. I laughed really loud. I really laughed at that. But that was like the only thing that she said. Everything else, it was like...
Whenever she was hanging upside down?
The Puerto Rican chick or whatever she was funny.
Whenever she got caught in that net, like she got caught in the net like this.
Yeah.
And she was like, "I'm Asian Jesus."
She did?
She didn't say it. Somebody else said it, I think.
I thought she said it.
Amy?
I think that somebody else told her that she was Asian Jesus.
Yeah, maybe she didn't say it, but yeah, somebody said
the
she's
Puerto
Asian
Rican
Jesus.
chick
Somebody
or whatever,
said it, yeah.
whatever
that was
she
fucking
was,
funny.
The Spanish chick, she was funnier.
She was funny
Asian
too.
chick.
Like she kept talking about all these horrible things that was going to happen, and that's the problem though. Is that like they were just as important.
Deported and killed and.
Like even the black lesbian chick was funnier than the first one. Like in this one, she doesn't have as much play.
But like they were just as important as the frontline characters though.
That's the thing though. Like I think they focus too much on those like they have more frontline characters. Like Fat Amy was a background character in the first one. In this one, she's more of a frontline character. You know what I mean? Like they put her more up front along with Becca, and they even kind of like sideline Chloe a little bit. a lot more in this one. Like they sideline her, move Fat Amy up, and then you got like Becca up here along with Haley Steinfeld character.
I did not like her character.
Who? Haley Steinfeld's character? I mean, she's all right, but she just didn't do anything for me. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that it was just like one of those things where like they were trying to put her as the front and center, and then like somewhere along the lines they realized that wasn't going to work, and then
yeah, I
like,
can see that
they tried to keep them kind of like this
on this equal playing field. Yeah,
but that didn't work either, and I don't know, it just like all of the characters felt like they were just all in front, all of them. And nobody felt any more important than any others, except Becca felt a little bit more important just because of the first one, right? Like that's the only
That's
reason
the only reason.
The only reason she felt more important than anybody else, just because you were focused on
but
her
she didn't
in the
get
first one.
near as much play. Like honestly, I felt like Fat Amy had more play and more. She was more of a main character than Becca.
She demands your attention, though.
Yeah, but she had it too because of she was supposed to be your comic relief, your main comic relief, and I just felt that a lot more. Like I didn't feel like she was definitely like I felt like Becca was kind of sidelined for Fat Amy to move in, which whatever, but I don't think that's exactly what their intention
I don't think that was their intention at all. I don't think that Fat Amy was supposed to be a main character.
And
I think
she
was still supposed to be
stole the whole movie.
I think she was still supposed to be just sort of the side character who had a bigger plot line.
Exactly.
Maybe.
And I think that I don't know. It just all that drugged the movie down. Not to mention all of the songs that I don't care about.
Yeah, that didn't bother me so much.
That's my thing. Like it was a lot more of the same from the first movie.
Well, you have to understand though, it's an a cappella movie.
Right.
And that's what a cappella is.
And I guess that's what made the first movie fun for people were those things. So I could see why.
Well, and that is what a cappella is. A cappella is literally taking like the popular music of the day or even popular music from past genres, right? Like when they were doing the competition at David Cross's place and doing that. That's what a cappella is.
What kind of weirdo is that guy anyway? He's like,
he's David fucking Cross.
Well,
don't fucking talk bad. He can do anything. He can do no wrong.
I'm going to have an a cappella competition in my basement for $42,000 for a $42,000 gift card to Dave and Buster's.
He can do no wrong. He's David Cross.
I know. I love David Cross.
But yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like that's what a cappella is. So I don't care. That's fine. They can do that. Doesn't bother me.
Right.
I know that's what I signed up for when I watched the movie.
Yeah.
So it doesn't bother me. But I did decide though, unfortunately, I think in the last movie Lily was my favorite with her. I keep her whispering, that was fucking hilarious. But in this one, the male announcer John, he moved up.
Yeah.
Because he was fucking hilarious.
He was funny and so stupid. I'm like, oh my God.
So misogynistic. And that was what was so funny to me.
Can he say that?
Every time he would talk to those girls, I'm like, is nobody going to say anything? Like, nobody.
Yeah.
Like, nobody at all. Like, when he said,
Elizabeth Banks' character is kind of like,
you'll all be pregnant.
Yeah,
anyways.
that's what. Yeah, you're all just women. Don't worry about it. You're all going to be pregnant soon.
Like no one's
nobody
stop him.
Nobody.
Yeah. That
Okay.
shit's fucked up.
Oh my God! Like
Who
I
runs
was
the world?
dying.
Him.
That shit was funny. So
there were some good
he moved up.
gags. There were some good gags and shit in this movie. There were a couple parts that definitely caught me off guard. A lot with him. He threw me off a few times.
Muffgate was hilarious.
Muffgate. The girl's hair catching on fire was pretty funny.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And then she's just fine afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
She's just got the bandages, and then she's fine. Just a couple days.
There were a
literally
few
caught
scenes.
on
There were a few
fire.
things. Yeah, there were a few things in the movie that I was like, "Holy shit, that came out of nowhere." That was funny.
Mm-hmm.
But
it definitely lost some of the magic that the first one
yeah,
had.
I agree. Like I remember, like in the first one of my favorite scenes was whenever the girl threw up all over the floor.
Yeah.
And then they slipped in it, and they were like literally lying in the
They were
fucking.
like fighting.
it
One
was-
bumper
yeah.
through the burrito.
Yeah, the burrito.
And then the Asian girls like making snow angels in it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh God.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like that shit stood out to me. There wasn't a lot that stood out for me in this movie. Like it wasn't super like, memorable to me.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that I will say they have going for them. And I don't know how or whatever, because it's based on...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Did you catch the thing that the Asian girl said about what she wanted to do? Whenever they were all sitting around the campfire.
Yeah.
Did you hear what she said?
Yeah, I don't remember though. What was it?
No, she said, I'm going to
Time
travel through time.
yeah.
Yeah.
She said, I'm going to travel through time.
Yeah. But somehow, with these movies, they shouldn't work, right? On paper. Like, we're going to make a movie about an a cappella group in college. Okay, that sounds lame as shit. And then these movies happen, and they're instant successes, right? Even this one, which isn't very good, a lot of people really liked. Not compared to the first one, I guess I'm saying.
Right.
You know,
I think the first one was better in a lot of ways.
A lot of ways.
This one just didn't. I had a hard time with it holding my attention.
There are ways that it could have been better, and it could have held a candle to the
if they would have focused more maybe on like Haley Steinfeld being the new girl and like Becca and Chloe again.
Well, if you're going to take that new girl and put her front and center, cool.
Give it some conflict somewhere.
Yeah, put her front and center, and then maybe like Chloe's pissed that she's like coming in front and center, and
maybe give, like I said, give us some kind of conflict.
Have to have that internal...
It doesn't have to be super serious or anything, but make it a conflict.
You have to have that internal conflict because you had it in the first one, and that gave you some beef.
Mm-hmm.
You know, before that competition, right?
Yeah.
Because the competition can't be everything, because competition's at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Right? You have to have that beef in the middle of the movie to keep you going.
Exactly. And there really wasn't a lot of that. Mm-hmm. It was minor whenever there was.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't have much else to say about it. I'm honestly surprised we had that much to say about it.
I know, right? I really thought that we were going to be like 10 minutes. And, that's it. That's all I got.
Well, I didn't have a lot to... I had more to say about it because I had a lot of problems with the movie. So that was my issue.
That's fair.
But anyway, if you guys are done, we'll just go ahead and move into rating and reviewing.
Okay.
Let's review this bitch.
And, well, Madison's already seen this movie, so let's not start with her. Let's start with Karen this week.
Okay. Well, all right, so I'll start with, I'll start with the good. So, they are fun movies, right? Like she said, you know, you can put them on in the background. They're just enjoyable, fun movies. You don't have to pay much attention. They're bright, colorful, funny movies, and for the most part, like I said, the formula on paper shouldn't work, but it does somehow. People like them. They've done very well. There were some genuinely funny parts. They have some really likable characters in these movies. They, you know, Lily with her whispering and the crazy things she says, hilarious. You know, the one girl that says all these terrible things are going to happen to her or happen to people.
She might have been my favorite, honestly.
Yeah, she hilarious, you know? I mean, like, she's like, I'm going to get deported and I'm going to get killed, but, you know, hey, let's live for tonight, you know? I mean, hilarious. And then, you know, Amy's got to be my favorite. Like, I loved her in the first one, adore her, and I love her in this one. You know, Muffgate was fucking funny. We came out of the gate, right? Like, just running.
They did, too.
Yeah. Like
they blew their load a little early.
Yeah. I was all in. I'm like, fuck, where do we go?
Where'd that momentum go?
And the problem is that, yeah, like you said, they blew it too early. It was all in, and then it was gone. We lose it because, you know, all of the characters are just on this even keel. You don't have anywhere to focus during the movie. There's no internal conflict to take you to that competition. There's nowhere to focus for that. And I don't know, it just doesn't have a lot of meat and potatoes up until the end, and there's just not a lot of funny happening in the middle of it. There's some funny, it doesn't hold a candle, I think, to the first one, like in the sense of what made the first one so good. The David Cross thing was hilarious. So I guess I'm gonna come in and I'll say, because of some of the really, really funny moments, and the characters being what they were, uh, I give it a 5.5.
5.5. All right. For me, I've got a lot of the same gripes. I don't really, I don't like this one as much as the first one. I don't know if the third one's any better. I guess we'll find out one day. But like for me, I don't like I know it's an a cappella group or whatever, but I don't like a lot of the music they play or sing. I thought the original song at the end was okay, but also kind of forgettable. I didn't really care much for that. A lot of the sequences, I liked some of the stars they brought in. I liked Keegan-Michael Key, David Cross. I thought it was funny that they had the Green Bay Packers in there. Just some random faces in there that was like great. Seeing Katie Seagal in a movie is awesome because she doesn't get a lot of crazy work like that anymore.
She is an accomplished singer, so like
she is, yes. That's another thing I was surprised they didn't show off a little more of. Like, she is an accomplished singer. Like, I don't know why they don't kind of show that a little more.
She's not college age.
I guess, yeah. I mean, give her a little 2-minute scene where she's maybe singing a duet with her daughter or something. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be cool. But aside from that, it's just the characters, man. They didn't come in, they didn't put anybody front and center to follow. Instead, you're trying to follow almost 4 different storylines in this movie with different characters, and you're like, where they could have taken that time that they spent used up so much on all these different characters and storylines, and maybe concentrated more on a single or even 2 different conflicts. And then by the end, you've got, yourself a good competition final act. You know what I mean? Where it could be a good half hour of the movie is just the fucking competition. Yeah, there could be some short bits of dialogue here and there in the backstage, blah, 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 but still show a lot more of the competition. Instead of having 6 or 8 different fucking schools come in and sing the same song or whatever they were doing for as a sort of montage. I just thought that was kind of dumb. Because I felt like something like that, you should have upped the ante a little bit there for it being the second movie and given us something more to enjoy there. Because I thought that the final show for the girls was kind of just boring, honestly. It wasn't good. It was
nothing like the first one.
No, they brought in the older Bellas and things like that, but it just didn't have any kind of impact on me. So
especially
I think for me,
because you only knew one of them,
right? Yeah, they
and
just kind of
barely.
open this curtain and there's a bunch of older ladies there, and you're like, who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah.
Oh, look, and they have to explain it. Look, it's the older Bellas from past generations. Like, okay, dumb. It was dumb. So. Because you even had to explain it to me. There's no.
Yeah, if you have to explain it, typically that's not good.
So I think for me, I'm gonna go with Karen. I'm gonna go with 5.5, and I didn't care for this movie that much. I didn't go in it with high expectations anyway, so.
I did.
I didn't. I liked the first. I liked the first one, but I knew that the second one.
I was pleasantly surprised by the first one.
I didn't think the second one was going to be good. So, and I wasn't. And I was pretty much correct.
I was let down.
It's not terrible, but it's not
No, it's not terrible.
You had a lot to live up to with the first one,
yeah.
I think, and it just wasn't the same for me.
I expected better.
Especially the vomit scene. It's my favorite scene in the whole movie.
Yeah, whenever they're just swimming.
Vomit angels.
My turn?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to have to agree with you guys. This movie... it falls flat a little bit. I remember it being a lot funnier whenever it first came out, whenever I first watched it. But I also think it was because I wasn't really paying attention to it that much. I only paid attention to the funny parts because I was not that old. So I wasn't really paying attention to it because I couldn't sit through movies. Anyways, but watching it again this time, I like the songs that they played. I knew most of them. I think I only didn't know like one, maybe two of them, but I don't listen to a lot of like the songs they were singing either.
Yeah, I didn't know most of the. I don't think I knew hardly any of the songs that they sang, except for the one in David Cross's basement. Like I knew a lot of those because
I don't think
they're all old and shit.
I knew some of the ones that the German band sang. Like they
Mhm.
did Muse and
Yeah, they did a Muse song.
Yeah, like I knew some of the ones that they did. I don't know if I did. I know a lot of the ones that the Bellas did. Like later, but anyway.
No, I knew most of the songs, just like from hearing them though. I don't listen to any of them like on my own time. I don't think. No, but the music was okay. I didn't really like Haley's song. I thought it was a stupid reference. Give me my flashlight.
I just kept wanting to say
No.
flashlight.
But
I was like, they could totally turn that into more of a sexual song.
I'm sure they have too. I'm sure there's plenty of memes about it. But you're right, they do start off really strong and you're like, oh, this movie's gonna be amazing, and then you're watching it and you're like, where are we going with this again?
We started with Muffgate, and now where are we?
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
Some of the best scenes were with Elizabeth Banks and the other guy.
Yeah.
Like listening to them two talk, you're like, oh my god. The one part where she's like talking to him specifically, they're not even doing their podcast.
Oh, something
she's
about
just
it.
talking. She's like, I just can't turn it off, can I?
Yeah, the one scene that killed me was, and I don't even remember what they were referencing, but she was like, that should be your screensaver.
Yeah.
I do like, that shouldn't be your screensaver. It was Muffgate.
her.
Yeah. Oh,
It
yeah,
was
she's
Muffgate.
like, yeah, that shouldn't be
That shouldn't be your screensaver.
Yeah.
So the funniest thing, that's one thing I will say about this one that I liked more is they got more play in this one than they
For
did the
sure,
first
yeah.
one.
They're
Yeah.
I
definitely
appreciated that.
they're definitely one of the best background things that
Yeah.
are happening, and I'm here for that.
Yeah, I like Elizabeth Banks. She kills it every time on everything.
She's probably the classiest chick I'd bang.
She's awesome. Yeah, she's pretty awesome. So I bang the fuck out of her.
Hmm.
Only
Anyways.
because I could say, dude, Elizabeth Banks though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because she's awesome.
Okay. But
I think she's pretty.
I didn't like the Haley, or not the Haley chick, the Emily chick, that much. I thought she was kind of a mommy's girl.
Haley
like,
Steinfeld.
yeah,
I think she
her
was
character.
alright. She didn't
I
bother
don't.
me.
th-
I thought her
she
mom
wasn't-
was going to be more of a conflict in the movie too.
I know.
Like starting at the beginning, I was
They
like,
s-
oh, there's going to be this mom-daughter conflict here.
Like mom's gonna be up her ass.
Yeah, and they didn't do that. I was like, I mean, that was one
there,
less
yeah,
thing.
there was a lot of like open gates that they could have walked through.
Yeah.
and they just
Yeah,
And they
didn't.
didn't
it's like
with
they
that.
leave these.
Because
they go,
Katie
go,
Seagal is
oh.
another very underutilized.
Yeah, you're like,
person
oh, they're
in this
gonna do
movie.
this, and oh no, we're not. Okay,
Yeah,
all right, that's not happening. Okay.
not sponsored.
Could be though. Just saying.
Don't try and sponsor them before they sponsor us.
They're like, why would we want to sponsor them? They're doing it for free.
Yeah, no shit.
Fool.
Just a little bit more.
Not sponsored.
Could be though. In the meantime, sorry.
You only get a sneak peek. Only get a sneak peek till you get that moolah. That's
What about you,
fan-
Coke? What do you think? What do you think, Coke?
OnlyFans
Where are we
are
at? Right here. See. Come on, Coke. But in the meantime, like we just said,
just a sneak peek, like OnlyFans. You gotta pay first.
you got to pay for the rest. You want to see these titties? Got to pay for it.
Oh.
Wow.
You don't know what this beverage is, by the way.
You don't.
You almost
It's
need like a cooler over there,
a
or
cooler.
like a
I
mini
do.
fridge.
I have a mini fridge. That's the thing. I thought about putting it back here, or like just somewhere, or just like having it back. Like, oh, hold on, let me get a beer.
That would be great.
I have a small mini fridge. I just don't use it.
We
I
definitely.
literally don't use it.
We need a mini fridge.
Okay,
It's
well,
like
I'm
brand
gonna-
We
new.
could fit it right somewhere in here.
We probably could. I literally use it for nothing. Actually, Zach has it right now.
I'm
Son of
also
a-
gonna come in at a 5.5 due to comedy I don't know where I was going with that,
Tropes.
but there wasn't any.
I know.
tropes.
so
Due to
it's-
the comedic flavor.
Yes.
There you go.
Comedic seasoning.
She's got the words today.
That's 5.5 then. That's a
Yeah.
5.5. Party people.
Party.
Matt, you did Rotten Tomatoes, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right. This is where we get into our Rotten Tomatoes stuff, and we figure
Wait.
out
Yeah.
what the total average Rotten Tomatoes critic reviews are.
The Maters.
The Maters.
Y'all got any guesses for the
73.
73?
You think it's that low?
Came from the heart.
I don't know, man, because like people probably like this fucking movie a lot. That's why they made a third one. I'm gonna go 80.
80. Karen's gonna take it. It was a 65.
Oh wow,
It's the critics, man.
it's true.
It
Yeah, I
is-
know, but I thought they'd like it because it's gay.
Hold on. I forgot to write down the consensus. It's been 3 years since the Bart and Bellas became the first. Is that the consensus? Hold on.
No,
probably- it sounds like
that was
the-
the plot.
Sounds like the plot.
That's the plot.
What's the consensus?
Don't worry about the consensus. Just move on. We're running low on time anyway.
Oh, I found it.
Okay.
Pitch Perfect 2 sings in sweet comedic harmony, even if it doesn't hit quite as many high notes as its predecessor.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody for the audience?
78.
Yeah,
78.
Huh. It's definitely going to be higher than the critics because they had to go off of something to make the fucking sequel.
Well, I mean, maybe it was higher when it first came out, but
Maybe.
maybe it dropped. I don't know. I'm going with 78.
I'm going 80 again.
Karen's gonna take it again.
God damn
It
it.
is 64.
Whoa, lower than the
1%
critics?
lower, yeah.
See, I kind of had a feeling. I kind of thought maybe it came out of the gate high, and then everybody's kind of like, meh.
It's not as good as the first time I watched it.
Like, you know, like you watch something, and then like you go back later and you watch it again,
Yeah,
and
that's
you're
how
like,
I
yeah,
was.
that wasn't as funny as I thought it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it would be higher.
All right. A star and a half. Oh my. Where to begin? How did any of the people involved with this one allow it to pass? The humor never lands once. The music is sometimes alright, but not enough to prop up the half of the film, or more spent in some of the most cliched performances and scripting that I'd ever seen put into practice. The romances are all obscenely undeveloped, dull, and unnatural. Unnatural. No performance suggests a hint of chemistry with the rest of the cast. Anna Kendrick has had serious dramatic roles to mixed effects, mixed effect, but this must have to set her progress back. Haley Steinfeld fits into the same category. Rebel Wilson's character is obnoxious, and her entire character one massive fat joke that was not funny to begin with. As a throwaway casual flick, perhaps one could do worse, and the badness of proceedings can provide an encouraging but Pitch Perfect 2 is as reprehensible as films can become, and falls apart every time the characters step off the stage.
Wow. This dude had a lot of reasons. And I'm gonna go against his reasoning and say that I don't think it's because of the actors that this movie failed. I think it's because of the poor writing.
Or even poor editing. There might have been
Maybe.
there might have been good
But I'll be honest, I really don't think
think
it's the editing either. I think it's got a lot to do with the writing. I think the writing is the problem here because
Well, I'm
it
starting
puts...
to wonder because, you know, we brought up the whole thing with Katie Seagal. Maybe there was something there and it got cut or something.
Maybe,
You know what I mean?
but if I don't know about it, then what am I fucking...
no,
you know
but that's what I'm
I mean?
saying. Editing, not
Yeah.
writing.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like if I don't even like sometimes they have deleted scenes. I don't know if there are or not, but in this case, I'm gonna blame it on the writing. I'm gonna blame all that on the writing. I don't think it has anything to do with the actors, especially.
No, it's not. It's not the actors.
Because we
That's
all
like when
know
you
that
go-
we all know that they can turn in good like fucking Haley Steinfeld was in True Grit, dude. Like that was one of her first movies.
Unless it's
She's a
literally
great
their-
actress. We all know Anna Kendrick's a great actress. Brittany Snow's a great actress.
Yeah. Unless
Um,
it's literally their.
and even
their
as much as I
performance.
really don't care about Fat Amy, Rebel Wilson is also a good actress. One of my favorite movies she was in Pain and Gain. She wasn't even in it that much, but her role in that movie was fucking great. She was a lot like Fat Amy in a way, but like it was just I know she's a good actress. She has it in her to be anyway. So
I mean,
I
unless
don't
it's about
blame
the
I don't
performance.
blame it at all on any of the actors in this movie at all.
It's like when you go to a restaurant, unless it's about the performance, it's like you go into the restaurant and saying, this food is terrible, and then blaming the waitress for it.
Right. No, I'm going to blame the fucking cook.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's who you blame is the cook. Or the menu itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
The next one is by Michael M. It's 2.5. An odd, mostly unnecessary, sometimes charming sequel that misses more marks than it makes. That's not to say it doesn't hit any of its marks, but whereas the original was consistently charming and at the very least likable, this one is far too often groan-inducing and at worst kind of offensive. There is still some fun to be had here, and if you're a fan of the series, it's worth at least one watch. I just don't think I'll be rewatching it the way I could see myself rewatching the original.
That's fair.
Okay. He's got a lot of reason.
Yep. I mean, it's a fair assessment.
2 stars, Autumn F. Steinfeld ruined it.
Steinfeld ruined it?
That's all it says.
I don't know about that.
No.
I don't think that's true at all.
1 star by Blob9. Pitch Perfect 2 has its moments, but has substantially dropped down a notch compared to the success of its original. The plot was presumably familiar, and the narrative was generally dependent on humor, which lacked disappointingly. Yeah.
Okay.
2 stars by Gareth B. These people actually have names this time.
Gareth
Usually it's just
Vagina.
blank. Okay. Tries to capture what it's 2 stars. Tries to capture what
I wish
made
Eric
the
was
first
here,
movie
'cause he'd
work.
giggle with me.
But in the
He'd
end,
look at me like,
tries to capture what made the first movie work, but in the end, it comes across as a poorly conceived, forced effort that falls flat.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty then. Let's get into some of that funky ass trivia, man.
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
Trivia.
Is it funky?
Yeah.
Play that funky music, Karen.
So this was Elizabeth Banks's directorial debut.
I'm sorry.
I know. The Green Bay Packers actually do their own singing in this.
I was wondering about that.
They did not learn their choreography until the night before filming.
Choreography?
Shut up. They got the tomato, Mr. Biopic.
Biopic.
They got-
Biopic.
Whatever.
Biopic, whatever you want to call it.
Biopic.
Biopic.
Biopic. It's biography. So it's biopic.
Biopic.
They got the chance to appear in the film after offensive lineman David Bactieri sent a tweet to director Elizabeth Banks telling her that they are big fans of the first Pitch Perfect film and would love to appear in the sequel. When casting their votes on whether to let Emily in the group or not, the girls are asked to sing in G sharp for yes and A flat for no, the joke being that it's the same note either way. In the scene where the Bellas are going through their hate mail, Fat Amy holds up a message that uses letters cut out of magazines signed by Sonia Sotomayor. Sonia Sotomayor, at the time of the film's release, is a member of the Supreme Court Justice of the United States. So that's pretty funny that they got hate mail from a Supreme Court justice.
That's weird.
When Becca is singing Before He Cheats during the riff-off, one of the moves in her choreography is to
Choreography.
I'm doing that on purpose
Oh.
now. Is to hold both. Did you see me go like? Is
you.
is to hold both.
You fooled him.
Don't give a fuck, Keisha.
Is to hold both. Her,
Hold on.
Well, Lottie,
Being so sour about it.
no. Hold on.
fuck your own face!
I got buttons now too.
Karen doesn't have to yell at you anymore.
One of them.
She stole Eric's superpower.
Is to hold both her closed fists in front of one of the Tone Hangers members. This is a nod to the previous Pitch Perfect movie in which she punched that very guy. One of the news headlines during the opening news montage reads, "Dead man found killed to death."
What?
That's it.
Dead man found killed to death.
Mm-hmm.
That's
great.
usually what happens when you kill somebody. They die
They get killed to death.
to death.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but usually that's what
Yeah,
happens.
that's usually the outcome.
Mhm.
All right. So there you have it, people. That's Pitch Perfect 2.
Two.
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
I do know that one.
Yeah. Well, let's find out
She's
what's
like,
in the
I
box.
knew we had it.
I know there's that one.
Eric's purposely not going to come next week if we choose the Texas Chainsaw Massacre again.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, I got shit to do.
Yeah, shit to do.
Evil Dead.
3.
Army of Darkness, baby.
Boom.
Oh.
Boom. I'm gonna
Man.
text him right now.
Boom.
See what he says.
Oh, he's gonna be pissed. He wants to do that one.
It's Army of Darkness next
Beyond.
week,
Bitch.
Is it streaming anywhere? Let me look.
Probably not.
He's not here to do that for us.
Yeah.
Army of.
I've got it on Blu-ray.
I
You
do
don't,
too.
you don't.
It's
then why are we
not.
checking? They own it.
Well, we always do.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, guys. Rent
Dick. Yeah, we don't. It's not
more
streaming.
Of you when he forgets
Well,
about you, so don't.
yeah, you
subscribe.
can only rent it. It's not streaming anywhere.
it. Rent it, man. That sucks. Oh well.
Or just
was it like
remember-
$3 to rent or something?
Remember.
Just rent it
remember.
or own it. Buy it. Actually, you should do that instead.
It's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth
According
it.
to him.
It is. Oh, you're gonna love it. If you like,
Oh,
did you like
Madison?
what was Madison's score for Evil Dead 2? I think you really liked it, didn't you?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
It was a 2. No, I'm just kidding.
No, that'd have been
probably.
Eric. That'd have been Eric. He only gives 2s.
Nah, he likes the Evil Dead series.
Yeah, I know he likes the Evil Dead series.
Nope, that's too far. Blah 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 blah.
Play that funky music.
8.
bro.
8,
Oh no. Yeah, 7.5.
7.5. You're gonna like this one a lot more.
Am I?
Most people
guaranteed.
Most people like Army of Darkness more than Evil Dead 2 because it's more broadened and it's there's more going on. So and there's more characters and all that shit. It doesn't take place in just a fucking in a cabin. All right, so everybody, don't forget to check out all our socials. Like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. We don't throw YouTube out there enough. Like, you guys really need to. If you guys watch us on YouTube, do us a favor and share us with your friends. Or if you catch our clips on TikTok, make sure you share those with your friends because that helps us out a lot. Same as like with our podcast and stuff. Share that with people on Spotify or Apple Music or sorry Apple Podcasts. Is it?
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts. Sorry,
I don't know why everybody's got to have different names for their
I
pod.
know.
Like just. it's a
and then
fucking
Google
pod.
Podcasts, Amazon, all that stuff. So just wherever you guys listen to us from, throw our name out there for us. It helps us out a lot. It makes us feel better about ourselves. You know,
It makes him feel better about himself. I just show up.
Me and Karen put a lot of work into this shit, don't we?
Yeah. That's why
We
I
really
said I
do. We
just
put a
show
lot
up.
of work into this. And, you know, in experiencing other people's podcasts that I've experienced, because I listen to other podcasts too. I try to show my support for the ones that I like, because I don't have time to listen to a lot of them. But
Yeah.
the ones that I do listen to, you know, they have a lot of love, and I like that. So, but like, I noticed like sometimes our quality is even better than theirs in some cases. We give you more, we show you more, all these things. A lot of podcasts don't do video and audio. They only do audio. We do video, full video.
You say
for
that some people suck but are good, but we're better and we're better.
Sure. I don't want to say that because some podcasts offer some things that we don't. But I will say that we 100% appreciate it if you guys do share us and all that stuff. And we appreciate any support you guys give us. It's awesome. We really do.
If you guys love Karen like I do, then you would do what's best for you.
We're getting closer. This is episode 91. We're getting closer to our 100th episode. And
Did you know that
we really got to start thinking about what we're going to do for that.
there's 52 weeks in a year, so you guys have been doing this for almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
It'll be in August. Will be 2 years.
Yeah, in August it'll be 2 years. But
Play
just
that funky music,
like I said, show us a little support, and we're gonna think. I think we should really think really hard about what we're gonna do for our 100th episode. We're gonna try to make it special because, it's our 100th episode. It's a lot. It's a lot of episodes. Anyway, don't forget to check us out on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. And then come over here to Discord and talk to us there. We'll talk shit about movies or talk good about movies. Who knows? Depends on the fucking movie. If you bring up Twilight or Notebook, we're going to talk shit about that shit.
And you.
Matter of fact, we might send you a picture of us taking a shit on the movie. Who knows?
I got the movies upstairs.
I probably won't do that, but
I will.
I'll talk.
Yeah.
Or that
will.
50 Shades of Grey movie? Fuck that movie.
I've never seen that one either.
I've seen the
Crystal-
first one. I stopped it there.
Crystal claims that the books are better.
I
It
don't
seems to me like those kind of movies are best not made by mainstream.
Uh-huh. Romance books never go well whenever you put them into, like, a movie. Never
No, that's kind of like
goes
them
well.
taking, a movie like Caligula and having somebody mainstream make it. I mean, there's a reason that, Playboy or
Right.
whoever the fuck
Well,
made it.
I read that Crave book, right? And it's a really good book. But if you think about it, if they were to turn it into a movie, I'd laugh the whole time.
It's two different medias.
Yeah. It was made to be a book, not a movie.
Anyway, so next week, Army of Darkness. This will be the last Army of Darkness, I think, isn't it? Or do we still have... No, we still have the original Evil Dead.
No, we did Evil Dead.
Not the original. I mean, the remake is the only one we have left.
Yeah, I think the remake is...
After that, we've covered all of the Evil Dead stuff. Yeah, anyway. So go watch Army of Darkness, come back here, and hang out with us. You guys have a good weekend, all that good stuff. We'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.